Ayo, silly, got drunk at the hilly. I can't PD and I can't find my willy. I'm just here for a little attention. Yeah, I got severe hypertension. So why you trying to get to know a Higgy better? Can't and whores, Bella's mom and Schmarietta. I don't know, I'll give it a go. ATF's big show, I ain't no hoe. I don't need a new man with a double D rack. Never mind, Higgy, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? I'm not one of the girls trying to get locked down. Prince Higgy, baby, Jameson crown. I get down with the hilly low comp ticket. 16 whiskeys is how I kick it. And you get excited for a midnight snack. I already told you, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? Your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that. I like sleeping alone. This won't go all night. A little needy and strange. It's true love at first sight. I'm the real deal. I do what I gotta do. From the rip, my whole heart's for you. Your whole heart is not for me. Not a half, not a quarter, not a claw, not a re. You know what's the problem? You're trouble and you're hot. I'm big, thick neck daddy Higgy. He's not. I got a question, not to be rude. Are you queer? Cause you keep calling me dude. Are you glad that you had walked me out? No self-doubt and you didn't cop out. No last words, I'll just mutter abide. Don't diss the caterpillar and sweat the butterfly. All of them girls must have got you gas. And when they see a good thing, they don't triple bypass. Well, for this town, that's right on track. Cause for me, your game's too whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? Game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that. What am I? Another pretty face getting you a drink from my military base? All I gotta know is why did you use me? You talking? Psh, excuse me. We can't have nothing. You wear it depends. Well, if we ain't getting married, then we can't be friends. Well, then I guess it's nothing. Well, hey, I think you're puffing. Well, pass that weed. I won't weed whack nothing. You better catch a flashback. Remember, you ain't tapping it. You ain't my style, and I'm not having it. All I remember from that late night kiss is I'm more the mister, you're more the miss. Well, look, I treat you good. Treat yourself better. And I always come along. Write her a love letter. I greet you every day with a martini at the door. You won't last a year, you're overgrown bed sore. Well, I'm known in this town, and now that's a piss. I got no one to blame but myself and Melissa. You didn't answer me, Karen. Am I a good kisser? Don't remember, had a lot of Hennessy. A lot of girls out there that won't say no. The ones you take to your crib with 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃. Boom, now all my feelings is getting.
My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy.
He is a senior editor for Turtleboy Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtleboy that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were gonna take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do. I know.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up the singers, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop
stop me. You can't stop me. So who gon' stop me? You can't stop me. So who gon' stop me? You can't stop me. So who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go 8 going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. Hold on. All right, we're good. Sorry about that. Hold on. Running around like a madman here. All right, boom. All right, that one's better. That good? Can you guys hear me? All right, we're good. All right, guys. What's happening? Prison Turtles in the house tonight because we're going to be talking a lot about my charges, right? You know, try to stay out of jail, whatnot. You know, I've been to jail before. You know, I did my time. I did hard time, 60 days in the House of Corrections, crowd daddy. You know, I was too much of a crowd daddy, so they, you know, they locked me up. They threw me in solitary, you know, but I got out. I got out, and they can't keep me down. So we're back. Anyway, welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aidan Kearney. If you're new here, I have a variety of nicknames that you can call me. You can call me, I guess you can call me Prison Turtle. You can call me Turtleboy. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy if I'm being completely honest with you. You know, it's my preferred pronoun of choice. You can call me 𝗃𝗄𝗵𝗍𝗄𝗏 Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me Daddy. It could be weird for some people, but playful and exciting for others. You can call me, what else? I don't know. What else? Oh, Journalism Jesus, Crowd Daddy. That's a new one. That's what Alan Jackson calls me, Crowd Daddy. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night, normally at 9 p.m. I know it's 9:30 tonight, but I was running a little late today. We were at the lake hanging with the kids and didn't want to rush it, you know. But yeah, anyway, I don't care what you call me. Just be here, you know, every night. And so smash that subscribe button. We just passed, you know, we just passed how many subscribers? We just passed 160,000, I think we're up to, which we got. Now it's fast. 160,342. I mean, we're going to be at 200 before you know it, man. 200,000 subscribers. Holy shit. And it's only going to grow once the doc comes out and the movie comes out. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, if you guys are new here, I went to jail. You know, I got out, went 60 days because I'm a political prisoner. That's what the COs used to call me in there when I was doing hard time. They used to call me a political prisoner because I was locked up there by the state, the Commonwealth, because they considered me a threat to their political power. That's what it was. They're not scared of me physically or anything like that, you know, but they don't want me doing what I'm doing. They don't want the crowd dad. They don't like this background. They don't like that. They wanted nice, quiet streets with no one in there. They thought if they put the leader of the revolution in jail that they could stop all you guys, but just didn't work out the way they wanted to. And we freed Karen Reed, and now we got to free Dr. Turtleboy. So, yeah, we're going to be talking all about that. So if you guys want your messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, and you can pay whatever you want, and then you can, write whatever you want, and I'll read out loud to the class, unless it's like one of those long centigraphs, in which case I'm just not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read like one sentence and then move on with the next thing, right? And yeah, you know, we don't have a color at Free Turtleboy. Like Free Karen Reed was a color. it was pink. With me, I haven't decided on a color. I was thinking green, but me and 𝗵𝗏𝗺 both wore purple yesterday, and maybe Free Turtleboy should be purple. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know purple's kind of a girl color, but it's also kind of a man color. Also, you know, the Minnesota Vikings, the Lakers wear purple. You know, a lot of cool things are purple. What do you guys think? All right, I'll put a poll up right now. Like, we need an official color of Free Turtleboy. All right, let's start it right now. What should the official color of Free Turtleboy be? Okay. I'm only putting 2 options. All right. It's either gonna be purple or green. Give me one of those 2. Purple or green. If it's green, it's gonna be like Kelly green, you know, regular green, no forest green, lime green, electric green, none of that. It's just gonna be green, Kelly green. If it's purple, it's gonna be regular purple. No 𝗺𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗆𝗺, indigo, anything like that. Yeah. I think let's see what people say. Let's see what pay. I mean, me and 𝗏𝗏𝗺 both had the ties just. Oh, it's close. It's really close. 1,800 votes are in, and it's 51-49 green. That's the closest poll we've ever had. So I'll decide by the end of the night what the official color of Free Turtleboy is. I mean, green is the color of turtles and the Celtics and all that, you know, but purple's cool too. And I dig purple. So whatever we decide, I will take it. I'm not going to say it's officially what we're going to go with, but holy shit, this is the closest poll we've ever had. But anyway, guys, so yeah, tonight we're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to read your turtle chats, all that good stuff. You can also cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy. We're going to talk about what's happened in the Karen Reed kind of dust out. Let's just talk about that first, shall we? So everyone's getting rehomed. And it's all falling apart. It's such a good thing. It is. I feel so much momentum right now. Like we're finally starting to see that, like, Karen Reed being acquitted was just kind of the beginning. Just kind of the beginning, man. Like, so she was acquitted, and that's great, as it should be. But if all the bad guys are still running the institutions and the McAlberts got away with it, people are like, well, it doesn't feel that good. Well, okay. Well, Michael Proctor's going to be destitute soon. I don't know what he's going to do. He's on TV he's looking fatter than ever, looking for people to like him. 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆 has been rehomed. Okay. And he got sent to South Boston for a day, which is where Proctor got sent, like, for a day. And then he got sent to Framingham for administrative duty, like not Higgins administrative duty, where you get to drive cars around in the snow and do donuts and move duffel bags around, like real desk work. Like, that's what 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆's going to be doing the rest of his life, is desk work. And that's awesome. When I was watching NBC 10, and they have that guy, I think his name's Todd McGee, the guy that's always on BLT. He calls himself LTL. He's BLT now. So BLT's channel, he's on there a lot, and he's like a former trooper. And he was saying that, like, it's not technically a demotion because he's still a sergeant. He's got his rank, but it's basically a demotion. Like, you're doing death. First of all, it's humiliating. And he said that, like, for your next job, like, a lot of troopers, you can retire at like 50, you know, if you're a trooper, 55. And then, you know, you're going to continue working then. So a lot of these guys get their pension, and then they double dip and they get like another job in the private sector, become a private investigator, something like that. And like, being a detective really helps build your resume up for that. But he's just going to be doing, like, he's turned into Will Ferrell from the other guys. Like, that's who he is. He's in the office all day. They might as well give him a wooden gun at this point. You know, he didn't get John Gagan, but he got, like, close. I mean, kind of. It's kind of like the Catholic Church. They're just rotating around scumbags from one outpost to another, where they think that they can do the least amount of damage. Oh, maybe if we keep them away from kids, maybe that'll help. You know, maybe they'll stop. Maybe he'll cut the shit then. Maybe he'll cut the shit. I don't know. But at least he can't do any damage, because I'll tell you, the Karen Reed thing. So they've had a bunch of disasters here. They had Sandra Birchmore was a disaster, but ultimately the bad guy was arrested by the feds. So, you know, whatever, at least the bad guy is going to be held responsible for that. And then you got Karen Reed. It's like, well, or should I say John O'Keefe? That's what you have. You have a dead cop in your county. and he's been murdered. No doubt. Everyone agrees in that. Somebody killed him. And no one's held accountable at all. No one. No one's going to jail over it. That's political suicide. Like, that's the worst thing ever. Like, that is, how do you come back from that? And it's the detectives unit's fault. Like, it's all their fault. And now as punishment, 𝗵𝗂𝗆's got to sit there and count his paper clips with Lally. That's what he's going to do. Shuffle some paper around, make sure everything's nice and neat and tidy, you know, review some reports, read them over. Does he even and he's got a longer commute because I think he lives in Stoughton. And so Stoughton he went to Canton every day to the Norfolk DA's office or Milton. Like, those are short trips from Stoughton. Now he's got to go to Framingham. Whew. You know, have fun with that commute. Dealing with I-90. I mean, I guess he can just put his lights on and go past everyone, but that sucks for him. So he's done. And he deserves it too, because he's so cocky. He thinks he did everything great. His wife Shelby tells him, "Oh, you're so great, honey. Oh yeah, you're such a good. You got that Karen Reed, the dastardly Karen Reed. She got away with it. Well, she was not convicted. I wouldn't say she got away with it because she didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, she's not going to jail, my dude. And you, 𝗵𝗂𝗆, were temporarily. 𝗵𝗂𝗆 had to go in front of a grand jury of 25 human beings and tell them with a straight face that I scare him, that he's scared of me. He had to do that. Like a man with a gun and a badge, who's ex-Marine, right? Real badass, this guy, 𝗵𝗂𝗆. Real tough guy. Real confident with his elbow up there. You know, he had to get up on that stand. I wonder if in front of the grand jury he kept his elbow up like this. Do you think he did that? Do you think he had it up there with his cufflinks out? Do you think that impressed the grand jury? Probably not. He's probably doing scared 𝗵𝗂𝗆 when he had to do that. And so he got me indicted, and guess what? We got that one dismissed. So he had to go up there and say he was scared of me in the hopes that I would get charged with intimidating him, and I was, and then it got dismissed. So that one's done. 𝗵𝗂𝗆's done. So he's out. Then we found out that DeChico, Donkey Lips DeChico, who we've never seen before, we're just using his high school pictures. Right, DeChico, who is honestly one of the most overrated scumbags in that whole office. A lot of people are talking about how he was on the medical examiner text messages when they were like how to manipulate the text. I think he was one of Proctor's best friends in the office. That's what I take from it, because Proctor was like, "Oh yeah, we bust each other's chops on the golf course, and that's just what we do. Me and DeChico, we bust each other's chops." Okay, so they're real good pals. And DeChico's like, "Rookie, you don't even know how to manipulate the ME into saying what you want. Rookie." He's like laughing at him, like, "Proctor, Chip, oh, Chip. We gotta teach you some things, my dude." So there's that. And then but the worst text messages he was involved in were the ones from when Karen Reed was arrested the second time. Proctor gets hauled in, right? Or Karen Reed gets hauled in there, and in that video, she says to 𝗵𝗂𝗆, what'd she say to him? She goes, "You guys know that Colin and Brian Albert did this, right? Like, his head was like, his arm was like, the taillight was, his head was obliterated," I think she said. "And my taillight is cracked. You guys know Colin and Brian Albert did this, right? We're all in on the same joke." And I look back, I forgot whose program I said this on in an interview. I've done a lot of interviews lately. But I look back on that comment, and it's like she was so naive when she said that. Like, she wouldn't say that today, because it was almost like she didn't know how bad they all were. I think she knew Proctor was dirty at that point, but she's like, they can't all be dirty. Like 𝗵𝗂𝗆, like, we're all in on the same joke, right? Like, you're not stupid. You see what the taillight looks like, right? And you see what his injuries look like, and pulverized. That's what she said. Like, you see what he looks like, right? Like we're all in on the same joke. Like she's still trying to convince them that you guys don't really think I did this, do you? And she hadn't realized how dirty that they were at the time. So, you know, anyway, so I forgot. Oh, so 𝗵𝗄𝗃. So anyway, so 𝗵𝗃𝗃 is that night Proctor texts him and says something to the extent of, you know, they're talking about how she's like, oh yeah, she's a real whack job. Let's see if we can find this text. Actually, I'm going to find it right now. Proctor text with 𝗵𝗃𝗃. There's a good Reddit thread that has all these. School friends. Courtney Proctor, Courtney, Elizabeth, Courtney. Okay, this is the should have had me or Jeff do it. This is about like what is inconclusive about the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. If you like women, oh, this is the one. So this is the one I think with 𝗵𝗃𝗃 and 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. And 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 goes, she smoke. That's what he said. And Proctor says, if you like women who shit themselves. But where's the rest of those texts? Okay, this is one as he was in the no nude so far one. But there was like a better one. Let's see. No, okay, that's one of my texts, tweets that comes up. Let's see. Okay, here we are. So text between Proctor and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 and 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 on June 9th, who I think is going to be the next one to go. The statement she made at the Milton Police Barracks was mental. That about the whole Colin and Oliver did it. Thank Christ it was on body worn camera. And then 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 says, that's her? Smoke. What'd she say? And Proctor goes, she said the Alberts beat the shit out of John, left him for dead, and that's why her tailor was cracked. She's gross. Like, that's all he has to say about her when she's like, dude, they did it. Like, what's gross about that? Her defending herself is gross. And then 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 says, oh, fuck her, bitch. Fuck her, bitch. Like, that, he is an underrated scumbag in this whole thing. We never saw him testify. So we don't really like have a name to the face. He's like this fat kid from high school that he just looked like a douchebag the whole time. And yeah, it just looks like he never grew up. He just looks like an asshole. So anyway, 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 has been rehomed, and he has been rehomed since January. And apparently they didn't warn me. He has been rehomed to my town. He's about a mile from me right now. Like the Holden Police Barracks is like a mile from my house. And so he is the Holden State Police. That's where I was processed. That's where I told Brian Tully to call me daddy. So I guess he's here, and he must be on desk work or something like that. He has not been assigned. So he's not a detective. You know, they're not investigating anymore because these guys are a joke, man. Like those text messages just reek of immaturity for a job that like you're supposed to be mature for. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I used to talk like that amongst friends, like in my 20s, but I have a couple group texts with buddies now, and like we crack jokes here and there, but it's never just like immature, like, oh, women who shit themselves, like, oh, she smoke, like, oh yeah, no ass, weird Fall River acts, is she a babe? Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be one of these white knight dudes that's like, oh, I'm one of the good guys. I hate people who act like that. Like, oh, I'm one of the good guys. I'm not like those other guys. I don't do the locker room talk. I'm not above it, right? But I'm older. I'm 43 years old. Like, I feel like I've evolved from that type of conversation. I don't know. I just don't have conversations like that with my friends. Like, in my group chats with friends, it's like, usually it's about sports or something like that. Like, and, you know, and honestly, the only people that we kind of make fun of are our own friends. Like, if in a way, and like, I don't know. It's like with this whole thing, when I see that, when I read those messages, I'm like, what year is this? Like, these guys all found each other and work in the same place. Like, this was acceptable for them to write in a group text that Fanning was on, the lieutenant, but he didn't read them because he was in North Carolina and they don't get cell service in the Outer Banks. Apparently, that's what they want us to believe. I don't know. So, like, they're immature, and for a job that's supposed to be really, you know, important and mature and by the book, they just kind of wing it and do whatever the fuck they feel like. They're like, oh, Emmy, you got to get her to say what you want her to say. Who cares about the truth? Just get her to say what you want to say, right? It's just routine. That's just how we do it here. The whole thing just came too easy to them. Like, nobody had a problem with this in that whole office. There's like 20 people that work in that office. No one had a problem with it. And Michael Morris, he sets the tone, and we're going to get to him, right? But, you know, he's still trying to get his job back. I heard he might, I don't know how it works. The state police have nothing to do with it. It goes in front of like the civil service. Imagine he gets hired back. I hope not. But anyway, the whole thing is just crazy. The whole thing is just crazy. And now I'm hearing that this is unconfirmed. Somebody said, I got another message from somebody. And normally I wouldn't just throw this out there, but the Deaver tip was right about Deaver being on leave, rightfully so. Turns out her job was on the line when she testified. That turned out to be true. The 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 thing turned out to be true. So who knows? And now I'm getting this other tip that Guarino is going to retire. That's unconfirmed. I am not officially reporting that, but if it ends up being true, you heard it here first. Okay. So I want credit for it if it turns out to be true, but if it turns out to be untrue, I don't want any discredit, if that makes sense. I want all the accolades that come along with being right, but none of the criticism that comes with being wrong. I think that's fair. Right. So, yeah. If he does retire, that would make sense. I mean, it makes sense that he would retire because he got hit by a car, in between the two trials. And I saw him in the parking lot coming into court to testify the first day. He testified 3 times and he walked in. He was not limping at all. And I'm like, and then he gets into the courtroom and he's acting like he just got shot, like he's like a gangster rapper or something. And he's leaning against the jury, the railing where the jury's sitting, and kind of walking over to the stand. And I'm like, oh, this guy's pouring it on heavy. I just saw him walking outside. He's fine. But he's like, wants to make the jury think that like, oh, I'm like a decorated dude. You know, he wants to make him think that like, I got, you know, injured in the line of duty. I'm a brave police officer. Like, that's the image he's clearly going for, but he's not. He's just an asshole that doesn't know how to work an iPhone at the end of the day, and pretends to be a forensic expert because he went to Westfield State and took some classes online. That's all Nicholas Guarino ever is. He thinks he's cool because he's the only guy in the Norfolk DA's office with any hair. Okay. But he's really not that cool. And yeah, oh, your parents own a bakery in Norwood. Congratulations. You're a fucking big shot now. Congrats, Guarino. But I don't know. He doesn't impress me at all. And he's an idiot. And he has been damaged immensely with the Karen Reed case, but more so with the Sandra Birchmore case. And now with my case, shit disappearing and stuff like that. Like, he has to see the writing on the wall. So like, retiring would make sense because you get injured in the line of duty, you can collect. I think he's young. He's in his young 40s, but he could probably collect like 75% of his pension if he wants, I'm guessing. And then he could just get a new job somewhere and just double dip. I mean, you could make more money, right? And I think if you're injured on the line of duty, you're allowed to retire. So like, That makes sense. And yeah, Fanning, dude, has to go. And God forbid if they fuck up the Brian Walshe case. God forbid. We've seen in this latest evidentiary hearing that they got, Melanie Little can explain it perfectly, but if they got, because she watched the whole thing, and I was watching her yesterday recap of some of the coverage of mine, and she explained it all pretty well. And it was like, okay, so they went into his phone. They did something initially they weren't supposed to do. And then they used the information they found in that to like go to the Home Depot in Rockland and get footage, but they never would have done that in the first place if they didn't illegally go through his phone and shit like that. And they found all this information now that shows that, yeah, this guy almost 100% killed his wife. Like, unless he, maybe he can Jennifer McCabe his way out of those text messages, those Google searches. I don't know. But, you know, it's as bad as it gets. But if you got it all illegally, and we know it's like, and this shit gets tossed out, then it's like, okay, so we all know this guy killed his wife, and then he just gets to walk out because you motherfuckers just think that you can do whatever you want. Like that it's just such an unethical, immature is the word I'm looking for. Like, they're just, none of those people are mature enough to do the job that they have. It's a really important job being a state police detective. Like, you have really sensitive stuff. You have somebody's life on the line, a victim, and somebody whose freedom is on the line in almost every case that you have. And so you need justice. And it's really important that you are like a straight shooter, you know, a by the book guy. And I always thought troopers were, for the most part, by the book guys, because they seem kind of lame. Like, troopers they have no personality for the most part. And I know troopers, but they're very machines. Like, they're just, they're taught to be machines in the academy, and they never came across to me as like cool, like they just aren't. It's just insane. Like, I had no idea that they were all just a bunch of fucking douchebags. That's all. That just these people, at least in that office. Maybe it's different in different DA's offices, but they're just a bunch of douchebags. Just a bunch of douchebags. Like, they're not. I wish they were like that guy. Okay, like 𝗺𝗏. We all know 𝗺𝗏. Anybody who's been down the courthouse, Hardman. I can't imagine him being in a group chat like that. I can't imagine that guy. I think that because that guy, he was a douche, no doubt about it. He was unnecessarily rude and combative and just enforcing shit he didn't need to enforce. And he arrested Erica and all this shit. He was a douche. But I don't think Michael Proctor would be comfortable saying the things he said in a group text with Hardman. Does anybody who's met 𝗺𝗏 honestly think that Michael Proctor would feel comfortable saying the things that he said in front of Lieutenant Fanning? Would he say those things in front of Sergeant Hardman? I just don't think he would. I don't think he would. I think that Sergeant 𝗺𝗏, as much as a douchebag as I think he is, like, he is what I imagine state troopers to be. Like, no personality. No fucking personality. And just like by the book, mean, like little bit scary, like, but like you wouldn't fuck with him if you were an underling. Like, you would not feel comfortable saying that shit. And I'll take 1,000,000 Sergeant 𝗺𝗏s over any Michael Proctors. Like, no doubt about it. Because at least that guy isn't going to participate in the frame up of an innocent woman. He might be a douche, but I just can't imagine him being an unethical, immoral, immature piece of shit. Like, and that's all due respect to Erica. I don't like what he did to her at all. It was fucking wrong. He's out of line, but whatever. You get my point. All right. So that's that rant. All right. Let me read some turtle chats here to start. Okay. And what's the poll up to now? 54% green, huh? Damn it. I was hoping you'd say purple. Okay. Today's July 8th. And I just want to take this moment, by the way, to shout out all the people yesterday who donated to my legal defense fund. Holy shit. And I think Melanie, hold on. Yeah, Melanie and Nick Stero, who's a law tuber from Sweden, who you can sub to. They did a stream, their own streams yesterday covering this. And, you know, all the law tubers ended up going on Nick's afterwards. And they raised like 15 grand for me yesterday. Like, that was amazing. I want to say, first and foremost, how much I appreciate that. How much that meant to me. Like, I almost got like emotional, like getting all that money, because it's like, I can't believe this many people have my back. Like, all these really influential people with large platforms are now, you know, that the can't read thing is over, is that they're just immediately switching to helping me. And that's really cool, man. That makes me feel really good that, and they're not just doing it because it's like the cool thing to do. They're doing it because it's wrong what's happening to me. Like, they've caught up on my charges, and they realize that, like, yeah, like, this is an obvious political prosecution. Like, what, window intimidation? Like, really? Against these people? These guys are victims. Like, these guys are evil. Like, Michael Morrissey's office did this to him over what? This has never been illegal before. And now, you know, the whole thing is just overwhelming, and I really, really, really appreciate it. So I want to say thank you to everybody who donated yesterday to the Legal Defense Fund, and to those who actually facilitated this marathon yesterday of donations that were coming in left and right. Like, it was blown away, and it's going to be put to good use. As you saw yesterday, how awesome my two attorneys were in the courtroom. And like, they have we got a lot of work to do. Because we got a discovery dump yesterday. That's just like, there is so much shit, and it's just a lot of work. It's an uphill battle. We're going up against the most powerful people, and every penny counts, man. Like, and they tried to wear Karen Reed out, and I don't know if they're going to try to wear me out, you know? I don't know what the plan is here for them. Like, I think about this, and I'm like, we have all the momentum in the world right now. We just got, I mean, look at this picture. You know, this was 3 weeks ago tomorrow, right? 20 days ago, this happened. And she's free. And are they still going to, and like, so what are we doing here? You know, like, everything I said was right. I was right about everything. I was right to get up in these people's faces. I was right to call them cop killers. Like, it's all been vindicated. So, like, what are we doing here? Who cares if Jennifer McCabe says that she's experiencing emotional harm? Who cares? Like, who cares if she's experiencing emotional harm? Jennifer McCabe participated in the murder of a Boston police officer. And I know when I say that right now, that her and her sister-in-law, Megan McCabe, and, you know, Laura Sullivan and Meg Kennedy and, you know, Elizabeth Proctor, they're all just jumping on their computers right now. And Julie Crisilio, and they're firing emails out. They're just firing emails out right now, because I just said that they killed John O'Keefe, because they did. And every time I say that, these people get all fired up, and they're like, we need to arrest him again. Arrest him. They are constantly trying to have me arrested again and thrown back in jail for having the audacity to criticize them. They think they control everything, and they kind of do control these people to an extent. But you saw it in that message that came out last week through their spokesperson, Krusty Panties, that they're mad at the DA's office for not doing more to stop me, for not putting me in jail. Like, what else can the DA's office do besides issue a hostage video and arrest me and indict me and put me in jail? Like, what else are they supposed to do? And hire 2 special prosecutors to come after me, you know? So anyway, let me read some turtle chats here. Okay. Asserin Fish sends $20, goes, listen, Turtle, get the fuck out of here. 2 questions. If the text messages Bettero was talking about in court get unsealed, does that mean we are in for a massive tea spilling? So to answer your question on that one, oh yes. Oh yes. You are going to see tea like you've never seen it before. You're going to see it eventually. We've got them. They're going to get out eventually. It's not a matter of if, but when these messages are all going to get out. I've alluded to some of them about Kerry Roberts before and Jen McCabe and Michael Proctor before, right? But the ones we got yesterday, I can't talk about them. They're impounded. But there is going to be a tea. Like, I've thought about this too. I've already looked them all over and I'm like, oh, this is going to require like 10 shows. Like I that's when I look these over. I'm like, how many shows am I going to get out of this? How many new installments of the Canton cover up are going to come out? You are going to see some shit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say it's so much worse than you thought. It's so much worse than you thought. And even in our own motion to dismiss, we had to put in there, we had to redact 3 things. 3 text messages that we put in our motion to dismiss, but because some of these messages are impounded, we can't have them out there publicly. One of those text messages that was impounded, Alan Jackson just put in a motion. Remember? And because it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission, I guess. But he just put it in there about when Michael Proctor called him an asshole. Remember that? That's from the dump. Like I got that one too. I'm like, when they put that in there, I'm like, oh shit, they went a little rogue here. They're putting shit in there that's impounded and not giving a fuck about it and apologize. Like, get it out to the public first. And then, was I not supposed to do that? Oh, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, because you're allowed to do that sometimes. Like, Cosgrove said the name of the affiant, who we now know is Jean from Dorchester. He just said her name in open court when her name was impounded, and he just said it. And then it's like, oh, oops, because there's no whatever. But bro, you don't even understand the tea session that we're all going to have. You don't even fucking understand it. You know how hard this is for me? I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the rules. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. When your job is to talk about scandal every day and you're sitting on what I'm sitting on, I'm going to do it. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, but I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to tell you until it's time, because it's all coming out. Hopefully on August 13th. That's our next hearing. And we're going to play some of the tape from yesterday's hearing. And we're going to see how Cosgrove basically kicks the can down the road. And there's absolutely no reason not to impound any of these messages. Not a single one of these messages has anything confidential in it. Many of them are already redacted, so they've taken out the sensitive parts of them. So what are we doing? Like, it's just their knee-jerk reaction when anything, in my case especially, is impounded, because they know I do a show and they know I'm going to put it out there. They wouldn't do this for any other defendant. They're like, no, impounded. He might talk about it on a show. God forbid the public finds out what's in these messages. God forbid. And we're going to play we'll play what happened in court yesterday. But bro, you are the best, ladies and gentlemen, is yet to come. Let's just say that. Okay. He also goes on to say, are you able to tell us how spicy the tea is? I think I just did. It can't be any worse than Proctor's text about Karen, can they? Depends. Depends. I would say the worst. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. MAGA Barbie sends $80. Woo! Thanks, MAGA. And says, I got paid on X for grifting during the Karen retrial, so I thought it only appropriate to donate it to your defense fund. Thanks for all you do. Much love from Detroit. Well, thank you so much, MAGA Barbie. And I got to jump on your program sometime. Sorry I've been so busy. But she's great, by the way. MAGA Barbie's awesome on Twitter. Give her a follow. I don't understand how X works. It says I didn't know I could make money on there. I go on there and it's like, you've made $6,000 for what? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I just made $6,000. And so I've tried to take the money out and it's like the money hasn't come into my account. I've linked it up with my bank. The $6,000 is like fake. I don't understand it. I can't get made. And there's no one to I tried calling Elon Musk. He didn't call me back. So, I guess I could reply to him one of these days, but he's a little busy these days starting his own political party and having a dick measuring contest with the president. So maybe he'll get back to me another time. I don't know. All right. The Unimpounding sends $25 and goes, the fake victim and the McAlberts are actually perfect for each other when you think about it. Abusing the RO system and lying about DV is right up there with covering up a murder, in my opinion. Fuck Krusty, fuck the fake victim, fuck the McAlberts, and fuck the corrupt pigs who conspire with all of them to shut you up. Free the turtle. Well, thank you. It's so true. They all deserve each other. They all deserve each other. They all found each other. They all used each other. And I also aired yesterday a 5.5 hour stream of my trial, which I'd like to go over some of the key points on tonight or whenever I do my next program, my next YouTube presentation. Patricia sends $5 and goes, should the actress who ends up playing Karen try to do her accent or nah? Yeah, kind of. Although in our film, I don't know how big the Karen Reed character is going to have in our film. Like our film is supposed to be, I'm told, like a Spotlight meets Erin Brockovich type film. So like it's the story of Turtleboy reporting on the Karen Reed case. And so like in that sense, Karen Reed's not one of the main characters. I mean, at least, so we'll see. I don't even know who the main characters would be in that case. Obviously yours truly, but I guess you would have to be some character and all this, but like, I got Tully would probably be a bigger character than her. He would be one of the main characters in my story, and Bradle and 𝗵𝗏𝗄 would be big characters. I don't know. We'll see. All right, cool. Next, we have here, Christina sends $50 and says, to my turtle, to the end of the world. Thanks for all you do. I support you 100%. Free Turtleboy. Well, thank you very much, Christina. I appreciate that very much. Next up, Morrissey's overworked button hoover sends $20, goes, how has your knowledge of the law changed over the last 3 years? Did you feel that you knew it well prior to Karen Reed? I mean, the law is still the law. I mean, I didn't know anything about this witness intimidation statute and how ridiculous it is. So I've learned a lot about that, but I've also learned that like the legal system isn't what I thought it was. It doesn't actually like look for justice. It just looks for convictions under however necessary, under whatever rules you got to break, whatever you got to do to convict. That's what they do, at least in Norfolk County. All right. Magger sends $5 and goes, did you see 𝗏𝗵𝗲𝗶𝗂𝗺 video she made about you? Hate her. She's the worst. Can you play her video about you for the class? Did she make another one about me? She's a little obsessed with me. Let me see. Okay, let me go to this. Let's see. 𝗏𝗵𝗲𝗶𝗂𝗺. She probably actually wrote this turtle chat just so I'll talk about her. Let's see what did she make another one about me? Yeah, she really wants attention, huh? We'll give her a little attention.
Secret Service Sam just said that Diddy got a standing ovation.
No.
My husband's best friends.
As you know, I go to me. Happy 4th, 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃723. Can I just tell you something?
Okay.
Have you ever actually driven anywhere on July 4th?
Oh my God.
Hi, legal hot tip. If you're going on vacation this summer, as I am, off to the beach, take a dip off the dock and read my book for my book club. Join on Substack if you want.
Oh my God.
Vacation story number one. Okay, so we waited till the last minute, of course, to find anything to go out to dinner. We went to one town. It was like an hour and a half wait everywhere. You don't have to be what everybody expects you to be. How are you going to tell me that there's...
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been the most...
So I don't see one. I don't see any video there about me. I saw one she made about like, oh, this one. So I commented on, all right. So remember this? She commented about, somebody said in the chat that she contacted Dave Portnoy and asked, they kind of like begged for a position there as a law tuber. And I'm like, no, she didn't. No fucking way. No way. And then somebody sent me the video and it was just cringe city. I'll play the video. Somebody sent me the video. Here's the video. Hold on. There it is. Watch this.
And I'll tell you why. So I never meant for this page really to be anything, although maybe like secretly I was manifested in the back of my mind because my dream job is to like talk about stuff that I like. So probably around like 5,000 or 6,000 followers, I started realizing, oh, maybe people are actually liking this. Maybe people, are liking my authenticity. People liking what I'm saying. People are listening. And I told my brother at 10,000 followers, I'm going to send an email to Dave Portnoy. I'm going to pitch myself to Boston. Like, imagine the balls on me. 10,000 followers came, 10,000 followers went, and I chickened out. I didn't do it. And then not long after that, he sold to Penn. So then I felt like, oh my God, I missed my moment. And if anybody who follows me regularly knows, I love Malcolm Gladwell. He talks about success is the intersection of preparation and luck, right? So I was like, oh my God, I missed my spot. So about a month ago, we were sitting in the backyard, and I said, what do you think he's going to do next? What do you think he's going to do next? Because there's no way he's just going to like retire and travel the world. Like, he's too much of a hustler. He's young. He's going to get after it. What's he going to do? What does my brother send me yesterday? The TikTok of Dave saying that he bought Barstool back. So here I am. It's 2:20 on a Wednesday afternoon. I was in court this morning. Mr. Portnoy, I'm a 39-year-old mother of two. I am a South Boston native. I tell it like it is. I like to shoot the shit. I live a mile from your original Barstool headquarters. And to boot, I mean, this should be the kicker. It's not finished. I have Game 4 of 2004 painted on my backyard wall. So I feel like if you just need somebody, I can't move to New York. I got a family here. But if you just need somebody, hop on a Zoom, put some headphones on, say like, who would it? You don't have a good opinion on that? No, my objection. Give me a call.
Okay, so that is the most cringe thing I've ever seen in my life. And I shared it because it was just so humiliating. Like how cool she tries to be. Like, oh, I'm just shooting the shit. I'm 39 years old, but I'm cool. I'm trendy. You can hire me. I want to work at Barstool. Like, bitch, ain't no market for you. Nobody wants to see you crusty ass at Barstool. Fuck out of here. What does anybody want to listen to you for? Go back to your TikTok. Nobody wants you. Right? You suck. You're not interesting. You were sending me messages early on in the Kearney case, basically telling me how awesome I am and how great the reporting was. She kind of like sucked up to me at first, and I really had no interest in her or anything like that, but I don't know. So anyway, so that's what I just posted up there because somebody sent it in a turtle chat. And I'd never seen that before. And I'm like, that's hilarious. I gotta post this. And after I post it, she makes this TikTok and she goes, I found the video and I commented, I go, oh my God. And the mere fact that I graced Turtleboy, Crowd Daddy, shows up in her comment section. She's like, oh my God, I have to stop everything I'm doing and talk about this because he gave me a little bit of attention. And I'm going to act like he's obsessed with me because he mocked me once for being cringe, which is what she is. Like, Meredith, come get your man. What? But you get it poppin'. Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. Lying that you're sexy. So I say, oh, Aidan, make sure to put this on your Twitter so everyone knows the truth that you're my #1 stalker. Like, how is this person a functioning adult? Like, this person's an attorney. Imagine ever hiring. Imagine you're in trouble and you're like, I need to get out of trouble with the law and I'm having an uphill battle. You know, I'm going to hire the TikTok lady, like this woman. Like, you're going to jail, straight to jail. You're completely fucked if you hire this woman.
Finally found a girl that you couldn't impress. Last man on the earth still couldn't get. You're delusional, boy, you're losing
like Catherine Loftus. I got, you know, your 3 things that you might be unaware that you are these 3 things. First of all, you're a grown up. Okay, I don't know if you're aware of that. You're supposed to be a grown up. You're in your 40s. You're a lawyer. Okay, so maybe you should act like it. You know, you should act like a grown up. You should act like a lawyer. And also, I know this is going to be the hardest pill for you to swallow. You're also white. I don't know if you're aware of that. Like, you are not some street tough, like, city girl, whatever. Like, your daddy owns a fucking law firm, a very good and well respected law firm in Boston, and got you a job when you finally got clean, when you got off the stuff, right? And then you went to law school, and like, you're not some street tough. You're a privileged little shit dick, right? Who got addicted to OCs, probably. I don't know your whole story, how you started getting addicted to heroin. I don't fucking know, right? You did. And then you got clean. Good for you for getting clean. And then you took the bar, and then you overplay your accent to act like you're just some authentic Boston city kid from the streets of Boston. But you're not. You're some lucky sperm shit dick from that, you know, who got a job at daddy's law firm, and now you're on TikTok and you're appealing to, like, TikTok. I'm sorry. I got a new TikTok. I go on there, right? But like, TikTok is just full of retards. Like, there's no other way to describe it. Like, people that are fucking stupid are on there. And like, that's who she appeals to. Wow, you're pure class. He hates that. Keep being you. Somebody goes, still crying? I report all the crapping, bullying they post. F them all. He's always intimidated by a smart woman. Oh, she's real smart. That's how he ended up with someone. Wait, somebody goes, why are you bringing this girl into it? Because I want him to leave me alone. So you crave attention, and now you got it. And you're like, leave me alone. And since we know he can't or won't help himself, I'm hoping a smart woman can. And then somebody was getting Southie as shit over here now. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Southie's full of yuppies. Stop it. All right. Anyway, it's all about the facts. How about this one? I almost never agree with you. However, I seek to understand your perspective. What the fuck does that mean? He should never be so disrespectful. And meanwhile, she's making a disrespectful post. Anyway. All right. So yeah, that got sent to me. And she's really not that special. But anyway, back to this. Everything I just said is 100% true. Anyway, okay, $50 from Woohoo Worldwide says, I was thinking about Walton Goggins for Jen McCabe, but someone else threw out Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, God. Caitlyn Jenner for Jen McCabe is, yes, do it. Do it. Rooting for you in the fight for justice. Thanks, Dr. Turtleboy. Well, thank you, Woohoo Worldwide. Yuri's Secret Fantasy sends $10, goes, would you like to be walked on with a pair of high heels? Smooches from the Framingham Barracks. Okay. Is he really into that? I mean, no judgment. Okay. $10 from Sarah Q. Again, too long, so I will keep it brief. She says, I'm not shit talking John O'Keefe, but someone could be a good person and a shitty boyfriend at the same time. Reading the texts felt like me reading my ex's text verbatim, so I have firsthand experience with this dynamic. Okay, he was completely pouting and making her grovel Friday afternoon before she met him out. Okay, So I'm not going to read the rest of that because it's just too long, but I get your point. And I do think that the reason that there's so many women who took up the cause of Karen Read is because they empathize with her, and all of those text messages and voicemails just kind of made them empathize with her more, because it just didn't it didn't hit the way they wanted it to. They wanted her to sound like crazy, and just like a psychotic woman. And a lot of women read those messages and are like, oh, I'm fucking crazier than that. Like, you think that's crazy? Like that? You think that's crazy? Oh, phew, take my phone away. See what I say about my boyfriend and my husband. Whew, I'm in big trouble if anything like that happens. Like, and because they, you know, if you're a woman, you're more likely to like side with the woman, because like you're like, yeah, fuck, like you've all been with a boyfriend that like isn't paying you just to get together, and you're like, yeah, like fuck this, like, oh, he's being rude, you know, like he's playing games. You're inclined to side with the woman if you are a woman yourself, I feel like, because she's not being unreasonable in those text messages. Like, to me, both of I read those text messages like, I've seen more dysfunctional relationships than this. I also don't think they're good together. And, you know, I think they're just staying in it because this is convenient for them. And so, you know, I've seen worse, though. I definitely have seen worse. So, you know, I don't think John was a bad guy. I don't think he was at all, like, when I read those text messages, he's not a dickhead. Like, you could find a much bigger dickhead than John O'Keefe, you know, but he's flawed. Everybody's flawed. And how would you like all your messages read out loud, even if you're dead? I guess it wouldn't matter if you're dead, but I don't know. You know, she was definitely supportive in the texts. She calls him a lot. Like, he keeps saying earlier on in the day, and he's like, can you stop calling me? I'm with my dad. Like, he was annoyed by her, but whatever. People get on each other's nerves and shit. And they obviously had the kind of relationship after 2 years where, like, if you don't answer the first time, I'm going to keep calling. And I guarantee you he's done that to her before. There's no way. Because it's all about hand. It's all about, like, who's in control now. And in the morning, in the early afternoon, John was in control. When you read those messages, John was in control. He had hand. She was like begging for his attention in the morning. But then 7 o'clock came and the tables turned. They just completely flipped. And then he was the one, like, wasn't about going there. And he was like begging her to come up there. And he was like, oh, the plumber's coming over. I've seen enough pornographic films to know how that ends. Oh, fuck. I'll clean your pipes. Get your ass up here. We're going to get snowed in together and cuddle. Get your ass up here. So it was just like, and then, so he was like kind of begging her to come up there. It's like, it's interesting how in any relationship like that, at one point in time, somebody has hand. Somebody is kind of they're holding the better hand. And earlier in the day, John O'Keefe was holding the better hand because she was trying to get in contact with him, and he was like, I'm busy, leave me alone. And then later on, she's like, well, maybe I'm comfortable here with the plumber. And he's like, get your ass to Canton. Come on, please. Come on. Give me a ride. Come on. I need you. So like in each case, it was just a typical relationship. I found nothing odd about those text messages at all. And the fact that she gets there and the first thing they do is like embrace or whatever. It's like, oh, you know, it is what it is. All right, cool. Hand. It's a line from Seinfeld, the Seinfeld run. Like, you have hand and you're going to need it. All right, next up. Carrie sends $25, goes, I'm not just a journalist. You're not just a journalist, but a truth-seeking journalist. Trip down memory lane when you reported on that Las Vegas fake mom using her boyfriend's kids to get out of the eviction. That was such a good story. That's another one I forgot about. That was a great story before I blew up. And I fucking roasted CNN. There was some woman during the pandemic who claimed that she had lost her job and she was a single mom. And she's like trying to raise them and all this stuff. And they ended up raising, like, CNN shared her GoFundMe and she made so much money off of it. And CNN had her on and they did this whole thing. Erin Burnett had her on, and I got contacted by the mother of the children in the video. And they were like, those aren't her kids. Those are my kids. And that woman was working like 3 jobs, cleaning bathrooms at a casino. And so I wrote about it, and I interviewed the real mom on the show, and CNN had to take down their whole fucking segment. It has disappeared from the internet. I forgot I did that. Like, that's the kind of investigative shit, like just fucking owning CNN. Just fucking, I owned them in that story. They just pretended like that shit never ever happened. So like this thing I'm doing now, exposing, I guess the media, exposing the Commonwealth. Like I exposed liars. I don't like liars and people that deceive a lot. So there's that. She goes, anyway, they were claiming to be a laid off casino dealer. That was crazy. And your work exposed the lies and filth. Thank you for bringing that up, Carrie. I forgot about the one. Eileen sends $5 and goes, do both purple and green. There has to be one unified color, So there is that. All right. Next up. Maura sends $5, goes, do not say my name. Okay, but I already said your name. And he goes, why does Eric Neal, the kitty litter critter from Middleton, not come out and tell us why he was wrong about Karen Reed? I have nothing against Eric Neal. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. He just didn't like me, and I think that's kind of why he took the position. That's just my theory. But I don't think he's a bad guy at all. And he found some good shit today that I commented on. I'm like, oh, this is actually really interesting. What the fuck did he prove? He found he did a public records request. Let me see if I found it. Oh, yeah. So this dude, Eric, and you can say what you want about him, but he came through on this one. He goes by Skip Tracer online. And I wrote an article about this guy I forget what year it was. I ended up taking it down because I don't think I think I misjudged him, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I misjudged him. And he did remember this lady dancing in front of John O'Keefe's house that TMZ said was a Karen Reed supporter? Turns out she's not. Her name's Crystal Manning. And he goes, there's been much speculation and doxing of this woman and her information. I decided to acquire the police report along with reports from other incidents. Okay. So on 3/17, she didn't bring her son to school and the father couldn't reach her. They did a welfare check and found the son to be in good health. On another one, she thought she was being followed, first by a woman and then a FedEx truck. On 6/12, she was reported dancing on a street corner. The caller does not appear to be related to the Karen Reed case. On another one, she believed the van was following her from Walgreens to Canton High. It was later determined to be a misunderstanding. She reported that Krista was lying on the ground and later seen walking around holding a brick. She doesn't provide the full context. In this incident at One Meadows, police stated they are aware of her in previous incidents involving her. She did not trespass and no crime occurred. So, it's like, this is good. I mean, this is journalism. That's journalism right there. Like, that woman was castigated as a free Karen Reed supporter. And if she was, I went on there and I was like, I do not support this at all. Like, this is fucking bullshit. As it turns out, the whole story was bullshit. So I shouldn't even posted that, because the woman is clearly just in the middle of a bad mental health crisis, and she has no attachment to Karen Reed. Her location outside of One Meadows Ave does not appear to be tied to anything at all. Like, she's probably hears voices. I don't know what the fuck is going on with her. Right. It's sad. It's very sad what's happening to her. And the opportunists at TMZ and other places are like, oh, we can use this as an opportunity to paint Karen Reed supporters as psychotic. It's like, no, it's just a woman having a mental health crisis and you're using that as an opportunity to do whatever, so not surprising. All right. So thank you. So again, I got nothing wrong with him. Jennifer sends $10, goes, just trying to figure out which law you broke. Journalism in the first degree. Stay dangerous. I know. Me too. Hannah sends $10, goes, hey, Turtle Daddy, did you see Auntie Deb there and supporting you in court? Also, Mr. 𝗵𝗏𝗺 is the man. All support for you all. Yeah, Auntie Deb was there. And I didn't realize how big Auntie Deb was. I've met him in person before. He's a big boy. He's like 6'2". Like, he's like 𝗺𝗏𝗃𝗃 size, you know? Like, he's a big fucking boy. And he was there. And he's like, oh, this is, I've never, he doesn't come to court appearances. He's like, this is fucking crazy. Like, he loved it. He had a great time there. So it was great to see. He's 6'4". 6'4". That's fucking, I had no idea he was that big. He's a big boy. Auntie Deb's fucking big. So yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Next up. Hannah sends $10. No, I read that one. Kurt sends $5 and goes, Uncivil Law here. Hello, Uncivil Law. Looking forward to our conversation tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Remind me what time I'm going on. I need a fucking secretary. Thank you for the reminder. What time am I going on yours? Hold on. Okay. Yes. I also want to go on Young Jerks tomorrow. And then I want to go on Nurse Kim. I've been invited on a bunch of shit, and I got to go on all of it. So we need to figure out a time for me to do all this shit. So maybe I can do Young Jerks tomorrow around, I don't know. What time are you up till, Kurt? Like, I'd like to give Mike some time, but I like to give my kids some time. I'll figure something out. Okay. Maybe I can just do, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm going to message both of you guys tomorrow. I want to get both of you on. And then I really want to go on Nurse Kim's too. Not against you other two guys, but I've never been on hers before. So I was flattered that she invited me on. That was really cool. All right, cool. And he goes, question is snapping turtle or box turtle, and why? What the hell is a box turtle? I don't know what that is, but definitely snapping turtles are the best because that most represents me. So thank you. Emily sends $5 and goes, it seems like the McAlberts have thrown the DA's office and Morrissey under the table in the past few public statement releases. Do you think there's some bridges burning in that gang? Jenny doesn't seem to be too happy. Again, you're going to have to wait for the document dump. Okay. And then it'll all make sense. I'll leave it at that. Nothing more I'm going to say on that. Thank you. Lee from Plainville sends $10 and goes, purple, definitely. BT probably has you and Meredith's car tracked and gave Brian Higgins heads up, hoping you yelled something to get another charge on you. Be careful. I went through it with BT, and who's BT? I don't know who BT is. And fake victim. Two evil people. It's sad. You know the fake victim? Oh, Brian Tully. Oh, okay. Well, I hope not. Cosgrove's Orthopedic Shoes sends $20 and goes, thank you for your internet presentation. We got to free you. And then on the abusive process claim, there's big money in suing individuals for falsely using the government process when you're big time with your movie and lawsuit money. 𝗫𝗍 𝗵𝗃. Love you, bro. Well, thank you very much, Cosgrove's Orthopedic Shoes. I plan on doing that. Give me 1 second. I put my iced coffee down somewhere and I can't fucking find it, and it's really bothering me. I'll be right back. Hold on. Yeah, it was in the fridge. It's a good place for it. Keeps things cold there. Keeps things cold terrifically, as I say. I just can't do my show without coffee. It's one of those things. All right, next up. Maul sends $5 and goes, state police should have learned from the Catholic Church. Supposedly there was never a situation like that where priests were getting moved. Not saying it's okay, but you would think the state police will recognize that they're doing the same thing. You would think so. You would think so, but in fairness, the Catholic priests didn't have a union to get by, so that makes it, I think that's what makes it more difficult to fire these guys, is the union. And the Catholic Church, those guys didn't have a union, and they could have just, reported them for raping children, and then I don't think the union of Catholic priests could do shit about it. But I get what you're saying. Pokey sends $100, goes, former girl from the 508 living in Napa. Oh, Kylie Kirkpatrick. Remember that story? That was a big one I did a few years ago. She's coming to trial soon. She's psycho. She goes, do you think Auntie Bev will be investigated? No. She should. The egregious bias, the handling of the case smell worse than a fish cleaning dock of the case. No, I don't think she'll ever be investigated, but I was so happy that she was just ripped into by Alan Jackson on my program. So thank you. Hannah sends $5 and goes, hi, Daddy. Oh, thank you. You deserve all the support, and let's keep howling at the defects. Love you all. Well, thank you very much, Hannah. I appreciate that. Will sends $25. Is this the glare? Nice. And he goes, what is the difference between 10 crackheads with raging boners and showers? Okay. What is the difference between 10 crackheads with raining boners and showers? I don't know. Answer. Krusty Panties doesn't take showers. So she does take 10 crackheads with raining boners. I get it. Thank you. Or raging boners. Did I say raining? I didn't say raging. It is raining boners, I'm sure, for her. Well, not really. I mean, she's not even like a whore, because she's too disgusting for any man to stick his dick in. Like Lizzo can get fucked, as gross as she is, although she has been losing a little bit of weight. But Krusty can't. Like, nobody would fuck her. Like, nobody. Like, I don't care how desperate you are. There isn't a single man out there. It's like, oh, I'd fuck her. Because she's not even like whorish. And she's like prude. Like, she's not fun. Like, she made this post the other day about Jess Machado. And she starts like posting some like, she likes to do these clips of people, like all the shit you said to make you sound nefarious. And so she started clipping of Jess Machado talking about like blowjobs and watching porn and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong with any of that? Like, that sounds like a great time. Like, what's wrong with, like, who's against that? Like, and she's like, she's a sexual deviant. It's like, or she's a woman with a sex drive, like every other person. I'm like, she sounds like, I think Krusty is just asexual. I don't think she has any sex drive whatsoever. I think she's just like, I don't know if something got taken out of, I don't know what happened, but she's always been that way with me. Just obsessed with my sex life. Like, from before her obsession with the Karen Reed, it was where, who I was hooking up with and whatever. Like, she became, she was extramarital affairs and extra, it's why she went after Lauren Murray. It's why she, he had Leah Janduso. Yeah, so fucking what? Who cares? Who cares? A man's got to finish somehow. You know what I mean? Like, what do you care? Well, how the fuck does that matter? Like, why does this bother you? Why do you care how a guy gets his nut off? Like, why does that bother you? Why does that bother fucking anyone? Like, how does this affect you at all? It's fucking odd how obsessed she is with like other people's really odd sex lives. Like, fucking weird. You know me, I'm no judgment. I don't care what anybody does, as long as it's with like consenting adults. I don't give a shit about any of that shit. I don't care how freaky some of you people are, right? I don't care. Some people are into like nasty shit. I'm not saying, like, some people like the finger in the butthole. I'm not that guy. Don't try that on me. It's not going to work. But some of you motherfuckers might be. Some of you might have boyfriends that are into, like, I don't fucking know. You'd be surprised. Jen Duso tried that with me once. And I'm like, no, because she had some other guy before her that fucking loved it. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. Keep it out. No, You put the kibosh on that one. That will not be happening here. Okay? Yeah. And I see some people in the chat going, oh, yuck, whatever. But like 10% of you are like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that to my man. I guess, so whatever. Like that's how they make horses come, isn't it? People have to stick their fucking fist up a horse's ass and it makes them come. It's like, apparently it works. I don't ever want to find out if it works. I don't want to know. But I mean, what do you think homosexuality is? Like, there's a whole cottage industry of it. Like, people are into that shit. So it is what it is. And some people are into nasty shit. Some people are into rape fantasies. And a lot of people are watching right now and they're like, oh, yeah, that's horrible rape fantasies. But then other people, you freaky motherfuckers, you're into that shit. Some people are just into it. And I don't judge anyone. I don't care about any of that shit at all. Like, adults can do whatever they want. It's none of my business. Like I said, 10% of you guys are fucking nasty, and I'm not down with the real nasty shit. But like, yes, I mean, some people are into Diddy shit. They are. Some people are into that shit. Like, remember the House of Many Comes? Remember the Steve Levine story? Old school turtle riders. Go back and read my stories on Steve Levine, 2018. He had a whole house full of women that were like his slaves, and he brought them to kink conventions, and they like worshipped him. And he bought all the pineapples in Shrewsbury. You couldn't buy any more pineapples in the whole town of Shrewsbury because he bought all of them because he said it made his cum taste better. I swear to God, things are getting freaky here right now. But so I'm just saying, stop judging. And he was my realtor. He sold my last house. But I didn't judge him because he ate all the pineapples and he's having sex slaves in his house. I judged Steve Levine because he got robbed. His house he said he had his home invaded by a black guy. He blamed the black guy, right? And he's like, oh, 2 black guys robbed me, my home. I'm just an innocent realtor. My house got robbed. It's like, no, motherfucker, you have sex slaves, voluntary sex slaves in your house. But like, you're into some freaky shit, my dude. And I guarantee you, whoever the fuck showed up at your house to like confront you or some shit like that, it's related to that. Stop pretending like you don't have a whole sex factory going on in there, right? So like, you can do the sex factory thing and you can do the sex slave thing and you can have your freak offs and all that shit, right? But once you get robbed, don't just be like, oh, I'm an innocent realtor and some black guy robbed me. And then, there's not many black people in Shrewsbury, right? You're putting a target on all their fucking heads. So that's why I had a problem with that. Go back and read the Steve Levine articles if you hadn't read those. So anyway, see, I got these turtle chats and I go off on a chant. Okay, here's an easier one. Thanks, Will. Jody sends $5 and goes, Team Green for an ass kick winning machine. All we do is win, win, win. Is it bad that I'm rooting for purple? I really was rooting for purple. Okay. But thank you for that one. All right, next up. Yeah, this is not a children's show. Sometimes when people are like, oh, my kids watch your show all the time, they love you, Turtleboy. I'm like, all of it? I don't know if that's, yeah, I'll take a picture of your kid. Yeah, I like kids. We'll take some pictures and pose and smile, and I can be friendly with kids. But I'm like, I don't know if you should watch all this shit. This is really adulty. Okay. Next up, Stephanie sends $10 and goes, liberals for Turtleboy here. Thanks for bridging the gap. I'd give more, but I'm a liberal, so I'm poor. There's a lot of rich liberals. Go to Nancy Pelosi's district. Where do you think she gets her money from? Everyone in Congress is rich too. So, or you could just do what Elizabeth Warren did and just pretend to be Native American, get a bunch of cool jobs, and then become rich. It's cool. All right. Susan Donovan sends $10, goes, please tell Susan Donovan to go fuck herself and come to Mashpee every weekend. Have a free Kearney party at Meredith's parents and don't invite party pooper Susan Donovan. She is a fake fan. I did see that. Some woman on the Turtleboy OnlyFans page was like commenting and was like, oh, I'm a Turtleboy supporter and I support what you do and Karen Reed, but don't come to 𝗲𝗄𝗃 and bring your drama with you. Excuse me, cunt. First of all, go fuck yourself. I will be in 𝗲𝗃 more times than you can imagine now. And I will be bringing all my drama with me all the time just to piss you to fuck off, Susan, because you don't get to tell me where to go. Okay. I didn't bring any drama with me to 𝗲𝗃. I went to the fucking beach. All right. That's it. I brought the drama to Sandwich, to be clear. That's where Higgins lived. And there wasn't even drama. He just ran after my car. It was weird. So thank you. Next up, Alicia sends $25, goes, I'll bet you $1,000 your charges will be dropped. I'm very confident. They don't want that spotlight. Consider the fact that in the event they offer a deal, the tides are returning, they will want you to go away. It's kind of a win-win bet for you. Interesting. You know, I was thinking about that. The tides have definitely turned. And like, will they actually keep doing this? Like, do they want to keep bringing, do they want to parade the McAlberts out there again? Are we really doing this? Do we want to keep, it was a bad L they took. Do they really want to keep this in the media? But then again, what is the mechanism in which they get dropped? Unless some sort of deal is offered. And I'm not saying a deal has been offered. It certainly hasn't. And what the trolls don't realize about when I mention the deal, they think I'm talking about like, oh, is he going to rat on Karen Reed? They're so retarded. Guys, there's nothing to rat on. There's nothing to rat on. She didn't hit him with the fucking car. You might have missed that in the trial. All those doctors said that. She didn't hit him with the fucking car. She hasn't confessed anything to me because nothing happened. She hasn't committed witnessing to me. Like, nothing's happened. So that's not the deal I was referring to. I was referring to if I was offered like a deal, like suppose they came up to me and were like, okay, we're going to do like we did with Rich Schiffer and drop everything and charge you with littering. Or like what they did with Karen Reed with the OUI thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like if they came up to me and were like, we are going to drop all these felonies, but you just have to like plead to something. You know, can you do that? Like, cause that's otherwise it's not a deal. If they just come up to you and we're like, we're going to drop everything and we want nothing in return. And then it's not a deal. That's not going to happen. Like disturbing the peace. Like that would be the perfect, if they came up to me and they were like, will you accept the disturbing the peace conviction in exchange for all these other charges that are really serious being dropped? I don't know if I'd take it, you know, because I'd like it to be over. It's a huge pain in the ass, but at the same time, I just don't want to give these motherfuckers anything. And I don't want a conviction on anything at all. Like, I want a completely clean record. But on the other hand, it would just be such a fucking win. If I did that, if I took like, I'm not saying that's been offered to me at all, but like, holy shit, if they came up to me, that would be the biggest surrender ever. Like, would you guys take it? I don't know. But, you know, what can they convict me of? Whatever they can convince a jury. That's what they could convict me of. Whatever they can convince a jury that I did wrong. I don't know. Like, if I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I kind of disturbed the peace. It was quiet outside the courtroom and now it's loud. So I guess I had something to do with that. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Guilty, whatever. Disturbing the peace. Like, I don't know. What, again, I have 2 kids to consider. That's another thing too. It's like, I kind of just, if I didn't have that, it might be a little different. You know, if I was offered a deal where it was like, you don't go to jail at all for anything. And, you know, you just take a quaff on disturbing the peace, something like that. They got the static again, motherfucker. The phone does that sometimes. You know, you just take a quaff on that. I don't know. We'll see. But because again, I've talked about this before. It's really selfish of me to take this to trial because I would be like rolling the dice, and it's not just me who would be infected by incarceration. It's my children, and it's the people who would have to pick up the slack in my life, you know, who would need to like get my kids to school and, you know, help raise them and all this shit. It would really fuck a lot of shit up. You know, it would be horrible. And I'm like, oh, I could have just taken a deal. You know what I mean? Like, how dumb would I look then? You know? And I see, okay, he's like, no way, don't take any deal. You gonna do the years? You gonna do the years? If you would actually do the years, then you actually fucking do it. Then you have a leg to stand on. If you're not willing to do any fucking time, your opinion on it doesn't matter at all. Period. That's it. Okay. Let me read some Cash Apps here. We got trying to read them. Okay. Jessica sends $10 and goes, I can't wait for all the sex scenes in your movie. Okay, stop it. There's not going to be many sex scenes. I mean, you know, I don't know how that would apply. I can't imagine which scenario that was. But anyway, thank you. Fat McAlbert sends $10 and goes, can you cover the story about the carjacking in W? No, because I have no idea what that means. Vanessa sends $5, goes, I'm really feeling the purple. Free crowd daddy. I'm kind of feeling it too, you know? Thanks. Next up, Christina sends $5 and goes, great interview with the Matas on Defense Diaries. I had a great time. We talked a lot about my history, teaching background, and talked about some things on there that, you know, I haven't really talked about before. So I had a great time with the Matas. They're really nice people. So appreciate them having me on. Lauren sends $5, goes, purple like Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, he was the smart one. He had the Donatello builds machines, they say. Emily sends $5 and says, please go to MAGA Barbie on X. She clipped the PP on X and it's gold. Yes, actually, I meant to do this because this was gold. We got to watch this real quick. Man, the Tigers are that fucking good. Holy shit. Oh, here it is. Dude, this.
Here is it.
Watch this. Just watch this. I watched part of this before I started the show. This is fucking hilarious. Ready?
I don't see anything. I don't see anybody speaking out. I don't see any lawsuits, which I really defy logic. How is Colin Albert not? I don't get that. He wasn't even mentioned this time around. They basically were going after him, and he had to leave college because people were, you know, calling him a murderer. Yannetti was trying to get him added to that.
So what he's saying here is that all of these people were so sure that once the trial ended, that's when the lawsuits start. That's when the McAlberts start suing everybody for defamation. All these lawsuits are going to be filed against me, Karen Reed, all this stuff. They were so sure of it. Well, it's been 3 weeks. And he's like, where's the lawsuits? Bro, it's been a little longer than 3 weeks, John. I got bad news for you, John. They could have sued me whenever they wanted. And they haven't. Probably because I'm begging them to sue me. And they won't. Because there's nothing I want more than a McAlbert to try to sue me. There's nothing that makes me harder than that. The thought of Colin Albert suing me, you know, wakes me up in the morning. That is, bro. I wish a motherfucker would. Please tell him to sue me. So
seemingly he had nothing to do with it. I don't get it. Now, again, I don't know him. So, but I am surprised that like, where is the litigation on some of that stuff? And how come there isn't someone speaking out saying, you know, let's be clear about what happened here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's so close to figuring it out, John. You're so close. He's asking the right questions, John. The answer to that is because they did it. And the ultimate defense for defamation is the truth, my dude. Yeah.
I mean, Norfolk County, without question, has been in the center of the storm, and people would call it a laughingstock. Certainly no profiles in courage. That's for sure. Like I don't get it. I've had people, I won't say who, but people even in media that I've spoken to saying, like, I don't get the silence from all. Like, how come they're not screaming for the top of the rooftops?
Oh.
Because if you listen to what they say, the people involved, if you listen to what they're claiming,
yeah,
according to them, she made up the whole thing. And if that's the case, why aren't they saying that? As someone said to me, you know, if there was ever a group that acts like guilty people or suspicious people, it's the people that are silent. And that is really tough to argue. I mean, that's not only maybe tough to argue with, it's borders on impossible to argue with. If you seemingly, and I believe that those people had nothing to do with it, but listen, I don't know what to make at this point. I mean,
is John DePetro flipping? Is he flipping? Towards the end there, he's like, wow. Dude, he's this close to figuring it out. He's this close. Everything he's gotten involved with is complete bullshit. Like, he's been led to believe, he honestly believes it. He honestly believes Kearney's guilty because he's retarded, obviously. And so he's like, he's been brainwashed by Wendy Murphy of all people, which is never a good idea. He trusted her because he's fucking retarded. Like, he's just not a smart person, like, at all. And he really believes Karen Reed did this crime. There's no doubt about it. He's a believer. Like, a lot of these people don't believe this shit. He believes it. And so he's just like, so these guys are all innocent, right? Why aren't they talking? This is odd. Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's very odd, John. It's fucking real odd. I'm with you on that one, homie. So yeah, there's DePetro. All right. Next up. Joanne sends $60 and goes, I turn 60 tomorrow. My candle wish will be for you. Well, thank you, Joanne. Happy 60th birthday. God bless you. Thank you for the candle wish. Emily says, Proctor had a hearing today. Did you see? Yes, I did. He is appealing it, and we'll see how that goes. Liznay sends $5, goes, Bukkake now has time to learn the dictionary. That's true. You can learn some new words. Prohawk VJ sends $10 and goes, for the fight against the new McCarthyism. I'll take it. I mean, yeah, it's a little similar to that. Thank you. Chad sends $5 and goes, they're falling like dominoes. Yes, they are. Greg sends $43 and goes, we are proud of you in Brockton. Rock on, Turtleboy. Go Brockton. Yeah, Brockton rocks. All right. Sylvia sends $50 and goes, for the Turtleboy Defense Fund. Well, thank you very much. Lisa sends $10 and says, for freedom or a boat. Yes, I need to get that boat. I'm going to get that boat before I die. And Misty sent $25. I have to confirm it. I don't know what it's for. Okay, I took it. She didn't leave a comment, but thanks for the $25, Misty. Okay. All right. All right, cool. If anyone else wants their messages read, click on the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $sign Uncle Turtleboy. Okay. Right now, what I want to do is watch yesterday's hearing, in my case, with Bettero and Bradel and talk about it. Let's do it right now. Oh, I got videos here. So I did the whole RO here trial. I don't know if we're going to have time to analyze that all tonight. 122,000 views. Nice. And then yesterday's hearing, which has 87,000 views. Okay. There we go. And I got to be honest with you. I was digging. I've never done that shirt and tie combo, the pink the purple tie with the light blue shirt. I was digging it. I think it's a nice combo. I can't repeat. I can't ever repeat the same combo, but that was it was a good one. You got to give it up to me. That was fresh. Now, I don't know. Some people think I should grow my hair out more, and maybe I should. Maybe I should grow. I don't know. We'll see. I've never had long hair. I've never been a long hair guy, but maybe I should. We'll see. Yeah, 3 sharp. We were all looking sharp. We all were. So anyway, here we go.
Timothy Bradle on behalf of Aidan Kearney. My left. Good afternoon, Mr. Kearney. Okay, let's arrange one of these guys.
On May 13th, 2025, Grand Jury City of the County Court returned indictment number 𝗃𝗿𝗂𝗧𝘂𝗍00088 charging as follows. Offense 1, charging intimidation of witness, and offense 2, charging intimidation of witness. Do you wish to waive the reading of these indictments?
Yes.
How do you please each of these indictments? Thank you, sir. Is there a question of bail?
There's no question of bail, but I would ask the court to impose the same conditions that were imposed in the Stowe District Court. And these are on the meeting, so no contact with the alleged victim, staying 100 yards away from this place of work or business.
What are the allegations on this one?
There we go.
Yeah, but what's the nature of it?
This was the appearance outside.
Oh, outside the shop. Wait a minute.
Yes,
Yeah, that's agreed under section 8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So this is about I'm being arraigned on the window intimidation charge, which I was already arraigned. He's familiar with this case because they tried to revoke my bail over it and didn't. And he's just like, oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. You should have seen his face. He's like, oh, yeah. This is... The guy before me was like in custody and handcuffs, needed an interpreter. He got released on $20,000 cash bail. Whatever he did was like real serious shit. And then next guy up is like, oh, yeah, the window thing. You can tell that Doolin just wants this out of his courtroom, as would any respectable judge. Like, what are we doing here? Really? Like, can we resolve this? That's just the vibe that I get from him. Like, really? Like, he wants to, I think he's very fair. I don't think Doolin would do me any favors if I was like up to no good, if I was like out there intimidating witnesses or violating the law or being a danger to society. I wouldn't expect any sort of, what's it called? What the McAlberts get, sympathy or special treatment or anything like that from him. Nor do I want that. I just want to be treated fairly. That's it. And I think he would treat me fairly. I got that, as he should. Can he dismiss this? He had the opportunity to. We filed. He was the one that heard our motion to dismiss, and he did dismiss 6 of the 16 indictments of the original ones. And yeah, we have not filed a motion to dismiss in Superior Court for this window intimidation one. I think we could have much better luck with that. I also think we could have luck with getting the fake victim ones dismissed, because those ones need to go, especially after the big not guilty I had last month. So I don't know. Anyway.
I'll close that. Thank you. Why can't you do that now? Just.
Recognize the person without sharing all the conditions. We have no contact record. We're to stay away from no contact. Stay away 100 yards from the residence of the work of the essential conditions. If you're right, I could charge you time and period. Fail enough to not be revoked in the maximum allowed.
All right, what else we got to do?
Judge, if I may jump in right there, just for the record, we filed 2 arraignment-related motions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Obviously, we can push those to another day with 2 small exceptions of just in order to preserve notes of investigators and to preserve video, if I may, Your Honor. I don't believe there's an objection.
Okay. There is none. Yeah, those are both of us. So the Commonwealth started to preserve notes of investigators and to preserve video. What else can I do for you?
For me, or
Why don't I start with you, Mr. Crespo? Go right ahead.
So, Your Honor, after the discovery order the last time you were here, I made substantial progress on it. I can't say I totally complied with it, but I have about, let's see, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 or 6,000 pages of discovery to provide.
So he says he has 5,000 or 6,000 pages of discovery to give us. He gave us a stack of papers that I can't talk about what's in those papers. He also gave us a flash drive with 4,700 pages of Tully stuff, it says on it, like Brian Tully stuff. Okay. this is a complete lie, as you were going to say. Like, we found this turned out to be complete bullshit. So we'll get to that later.
Bradel today, and I had planned, Your Honor, to file that with a motion for a protective order, which I had served on Mr. Bradel. And we have been going along with these, essentially tracking protective orders in the Kearney case, and in fact, much of the material is duplicative of the discovery turned over the Kearney case, and I pretty much follow their form protective order. These have all been allowed with the agreement of the defendant and without prejudice.
Okay.
I understand that Mr. Bradel wishes to bring that practice to an end as of today. I'm in a somewhat different position.
Let me hear from Mr. Bradel. Mr. Bradel,
Thank you, Ron.
give me your argument.
I appreciate it.
So give me your argument. Give me your argument, Mr. Bradel. So we everything that they give us is impounded all the time. And I've been sitting on these goddamn Kerry Roberts messages for like 6 months. And I'm like, how can I not talk about this? How is this? Why does any of this need to be protected? This is all the public should know about the things that I know. Like, everyone should know about this shit. Everyone. There's no reason. You have a right to know about this stuff. They don't just get to keep secrets from you. That's not how transparency in the government works. And so it's just like their instant reflection, their knee-jerk reaction to everything is just impounded. Don't let the public see it. And it's just not how it's supposed to work.
Judge, the Kearney case is over with. It's moved. It's gone. Okay. And my filing, Judge, entitled Aidan Kearney's motion to release case documents from impounded is what we're talking about here, Your Honor. So I asked the court last time, and we had so much business on the docket last time, I don't think we circled back on it, but I was asking to just release everything from impounded, Your Honor. The fact that things are embarrassing or scandalous or cause negative light to be cast upon public officials, Your Honor, is not a reason to impound documents. It's actually a reason to release documents. And that's really all the Commonwealth has left on the existing stuff, is that, gee, this might make investigators look bad. This might make special prosecutors, present company accepted, look bad. This might, cause election shifts, and that's not a reasonable impoundment. Initially, we have sort of taken the...
So that's an interesting thing that Bradel said right there. Maybe a context clue. Again, listen to what he says again.
Taking the present company accepted, look bad. This might, is that, gee, this might make investigators look bad. This might make special prosecutors, present company accepted, look bad.
So this might make special prosecutors look bad. Which special prosecutor could that be? Well, I know two special prosecutors who might look bad. I know two.
This might, cause election shifts, and that's not a reasonable impoundment.
Election shifts. This might cause election shifts, he says. Who gets elected? Anybody know anyone might be getting elected right now? Is anyone up for re-election? I don't know. Next year, perhaps? Is there something going on that the people should know about that might affect how they cast their ballot in a certain county for a certain law enforcement official who has spent his entire life sucking off the taxpayers? I don't know. Maybe.
Initially, we have sort of taken the candy from the Commonwealth, and when they say, we'll give you this stuff, but just agree to this protective order. So we want the stuff, but at some point we have to get off that train, Your Honor. This is a case of immense public interest. This is a case of First Amendment issues, and I know we may disagree on that, but that's what our adversary system is for, and that's okay. And I think every case that eventually gets to the SJC or the Supreme Court starts with a trial judge maybe not agreeing with it, so that's okay. And that's what we have here. But in any event, Your Honor, I think we can agree that this case brings to the fore really important issues about what is witness intimidation, what is journalism, where does the First Amendment fit in, and these text messages about and I'm trying to not speak of them in open court, but we all know what they say, and we all know that there's a public interest in shining some sunlight on these things. So we're not asking to publish someone's address or someone's phone number. We're asking for the content of these communications that these folks have issued between and among each other, and the content of them per se has no persuasive power to make you want to impound.
Let me ask Mr. 𝗁𝗁, what interest at the moment does impoundment serve?
Your Honor, I've just been handed 20 minutes ago a fairly extensive motion suggesting that I have all kinds of various burdens to justify impoundment and citing a lot of case law. I would like an opportunity to file a
Yeah, I think that was a week enough.
I'd like a little more than that.
About 2 weeks.
All right.
So I'll give you 2 weeks. I'll take it under advisement.
Yeah, I need 2 more weeks to look through it all. So he needs more time. What does he need more time for? What is his argument for impoundment? Like, what is the he gave us all the discovery. He's seen it all, right? So what he needs to explain, why does he need 2 weeks to explain why this stuff shouldn't be impounded? I mean, he must have strong feelings about why it should be impounded, right? Like, he can't just articulate them right now. No, he needs to think about why he has strong feelings. And then we'll come back in a couple weeks and talk about it.
And if you want to file anything else, Mr. Bradle, Mr. Federal, you absolutely have every opportunity. Thank you very much.
Now, Your Honor, with respect to the items that I was going to turn over today,
So I'll allow the motion. Mr. Bradle, I'm not here. Sorry. That's fine. You got to talk to your client. You got to talk to Mr. Federal. My point is this. If you want the stuff today, I'll allow it without prejudice. Sure. And then I'll see what you have to say and what Mr. Glasgow.
We have to take the candy.
That's fine. So,
please go to our objection. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I will allow Mr. Cosgrove's motion without prejudice, and I'll take any submissions that you have, and I'll give you a final answer probably in about 3 weeks.
Thank you very
Does that
much.
make sense? Okay.
And then, Judge, just to shift gears a little bit, there's some outstanding discovery that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And I want to start off. I know that the court's time can be much better spent in discovery disputes. So we talked about the idea that we would go to the DA's office, and to the extent there's items that the government says they've given us that we can't open up or figure out.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna agree to go in person with our people and figure it out. So
Sure.
that's the first thing I want to say. But then, in addition, Your Honor, there's this inventory that I filed. It's entitled Inventory of Outstanding Items in Connection with our third motion to compel. There's about 10 things, Your Honor, and I think, unfortunately, that the government ought to go through and answer to us today about what the status of these things is. And we've been kind of going back and forth about these things for a long time. I looked back, Your Honor, and my first discovery request was February of 24. And second and third, were the months following. And in fairness, counsel for the Commonwealth was not the prosecutor of record at the time, but, rules are the rules, and we need this stuff, and it's gone on way too long. So these are the 10 things that I think are very important, maybe 9.
Mr. Cosgrove, might you want to take that 2 weeks and respond to all of those?
Can you give me an extra week?
Give me an extra week. Okay.
An extra week. So, like, check out all these. I'll show you all the shit that they haven't given us, right? Like, that we've been asking for. Let me pull it up right now. Pull it up. So we asked for a large number of texts and emails from police and DAs and the connected civilians containing information damaging to the Commonwealth and their agents have been held from the public view. So we want that. They don't justify secrecy. So this is the motion to unimpound all the documents. So that's a good one too. Let me see the other one though. We have a list here of all the shit that they have not given us. Is this the one I'm looking for? Oh, here's the list. Where do you see all this shit? Okay. All right, so they haven't given us all this stuff that we've been asking for, okay? Information relative to specific requests regarding 𝗃𝗃𝗃 as a government agent. We asked for that in October 8th, and they just ignored us. A digital copy of all communications from DA 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗺 to civilian witnesses, okay, including Jen McCabe, Kerry Roberts, and others. We haven't gotten anything. And the things that we have gotten have been like paper copies, not like Celebrate reports or anything like that. Video of the Commonwealth surveillance from the rolling rally that we requested on 8/28. Yeah, they put up poll cameras during the rolling rally, and then they just didn't give us, we haven't seen any of them. So we can like we can go through the grand jury testimony. Like Proctor testifies that we spit on his lawn and drove onto his lawn, spit on his driveway and drove onto his lawn. So show us the poll cameras. That never happened. Complete copies and metadata of all texts between and among Prosecutor Mello, witness Kearney, and the state police trooper. Yeah. A complete digital extraction and disclosure of DA Morrissey's Gmail account used to communicate regarding the instant Kearney case in an apparent attempt to conceal information. Yeah. So we need that one. Like we haven't gotten any of that. Discovery regarding whether any case officers are on a Brady list. We haven't gotten that. Replacement copy of redacted cell phone extraction of Lindsay Kearney as part of the allowance of the Commonwealth's request to. Okay, wait till we hear this one. So we got the fake victim cell phone. We got the whole fucking thing. We cited it in the Bedero letters. Like it was crazy. Like the shit that we got out of her cell phone. Like, oh my God. And I've put a lot of it out there. It's just mind-blowing shit. Shit you wouldn't believe. And then she complained about it. Because she's like, Mello wasn't supposed to give that to him. It was supposed to be redacted. And she's like, there's naked pictures of my kids in there. There's no naked pictures of her kids in there. She's like, there's pictures of her giving birth, she says. What? None of that. No, there's not. And we have no interest in that. And then 𝗃, who sucks, Judge Crap, he ends up ordering that we return the phone and like destroy all copies of it. And we're just supposed to pretend like we never saw it. And in return, the Commonwealth in December was supposed to give us a completely redacted version of her phone, which they never have. And so we asked Cosgrove, hey, buddy, we need the phone back. We need the redacted version of her phone. And you know what Cosgrove says in this fucking email? I got to read this to you. This is what this douchebag says. I got to find it. Hold on. He goes, first, as you had possession and control of the complete download from Miss Kearney's cell phone for over half a year and ample opportunity to examine it, I believe the Commonwealth's discovery obligations in that respect were fully honored, and I thus decline to embark on the sort of term search of the phone suggested by the defense. So he turned over, he's telling us that like you already got to look to her through her phone. So I'm not giving you a redacted version of the phone as a judge ordered me to because reasons. Because I don't feel like it. Because you looked through it. It's like, yeah, we did look through it. And then we had to destroy it. And we're supposed to pretend like we didn't see anything in there and forget all of it happened. And then you're supposed to give me a redacted version of it. And you're just like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, what the fuck, bro? What fucking planet are you living on? Like, do you misunderstand? Did you forget that Judge Crap ordered you to give us a redacted version of the phone? It's like they just do whatever they want. You know, so we want an explanation of how all those messages, the messages referenced by Lieutenant Tully in official reports between him and Kearney are nowhere in the extraction. He says there's texts, they're not in there. The only explanation is that Tully himself deleted those. We want them all. We also, with this fucking wiretapping bullshit, I'm also being charged with wiretapping the fake victim over, let's not forget, like I was locked up on the night that I got locked up for what I got locked up for. I recorded her and I told her I was recording her because she was like threatening to harm the children. Okay. And I was like, I need to protect myself here because this is dangerous. And if you haven't heard this tape, I'll play the fucking tape for you real quick. Sorry, my computer's going a little slow right now. I'm sure. Okay. Huh? Let me find the mark. Okay. Listen to this. Where you going?
I'm gonna take all my kids with me in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours of your driveway.
I'm gonna take all. What'd she say? Is this on fast forward or no? That's how she normally talks. Just like. Where you going?
I'm gonna take all my kids with me in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours of your driveway.
I'm gonna take all my kids in the car and drive to your house and let it happen in your driveway. So she took the abortion pill. She was not pregnant. She was pretending to be pregnant and took the abortion pill as a way to manipulate me into staying there when I did not want to stay there. And she's like, I am going to take this abortion pill. Now you can't leave me. She told me, you can't leave me. Okay. And now I'm like, what is she doing? She was taking all the coats out of the closet. I'm like, what is going on right now? And then I realized she's waking up the kids. It is 3:30 in the morning and she's waking up the children who are 2, 3, and 5.
You're gonna fucking do this to me. I'll wake up all my children now.
Wake up all my.
What do you think I won't? You're not gonna fucking do that to me. That is the most fucked up thing I've ever heard of in my life. Fucking force is going to take it and then fucking say you're gonna stay and then fucking take it off. It's fucked up than anything. I'm exhausted. I don't even know. Guys, wake up. No, you're doing this to me. You're doing this to me.
So she's yelling at the kids, wake up, you wake up. And I'm like, you need to stop. Like, this is, these are young children. They cannot be woken up to this. They probably see shit like this all the time, unfortunately. But I'm like, you have to stop. This is dangerous. Like, this is not cool to drag the fucking kids into this and you wake them up in the middle of the night. And then she goes, no, you're doing this to me. Because that's what manipulators do. They're like, no, I'm not acting wrong. You're making me like act this. I'm only acting this way because you're making me act this way by being calm and, worrying about the children.
You just promised. You just fucking promised. No, you're gonna make me have a nervous breakdown. You don't get to do this to me. You're not gonna do this to me.
And then so I go, fine, I'll lie down with you. I'm like, you got what? I was trying to de-escalate this. Whatever, fine, I will lie down with you. Please stop it.
Stop it.
Lie down. Lie down. And so at this point, I thought I had her calm. I'm like, okay, you can see the breathing's heavy. Like, I'm like, okay, she just wants, like, let's just calm down here. Okay. Hopefully the kids don't wake up. And then it escalates again. What are you taking? What are you taking? So then she goes into her sock drawer and starts taking out other fucking pills and just starts popping pills like fucking crazy, just popping pills because she's probably bipolar and taking, who knows? Stop it. Stop it. She just wanted attention. That's all this was.
No, they're gonna wake up anyways. I might as well get some fucking holding while I can because I'm not.
She's like, yeah, my kids are waking up. I know. I don't care because I might as well get to Holden.
Be able to drive in the next fucking hour. You just promised me. You don't do that to people. You just promised me.
I'll make a deal with you right now.
No, I'm not giving the paper back first. It's not happening. I'll give it to you after. No, then that's your only option. Call KK.
So those are the kids. 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 waking them up. And, I'm like, she had stole my notes from my notebook and was holding them hostage and said, you can have them back in 3 hours after I pass this fake baby out of me. And then you can go. Like, she was just wanting me to sleep there so she could fucking cuddle with me one more night. Like that. This is fucking insane.
You really want to do this to me? You really want to fucking do this to me? Because what if I fucking crash down on the way there? Because I'm fucking having contractions to document to you, and I will stay in right away and I will tell Julie everything.
So if I crash on the way because I'm having contractions, it's on you. You did this to me. And I'm going to get in your driveway and make noise. I'm like, why? And she would. I had no doubt in my mind she would. She did take the abortion pill in front of. I saw her do it. Like, she's not pregnant, though. You can if you take the abortion pill and you're not pregnant, it will simulate and like what, you know what I mean? Like it will fucking, like, you will have cramps, like horrible, like it fucking shit passes out of you. Like, it's bad. And so she's literally doing this in front of me. And I'm like, I can't have this in my real driveway. I cannot have her getting rid of fake baby Clay and having a fake abortion in my real driveway. I can't have her bringing that to the neighborhood. No, I can't. I have to avoid that at all costs.
No,
and then at this point, the 5-year-old has come out. A 5-year-old has come out of the room and looks horrified. And he's just like, what are we doing, mommy? And I'm like, this is child abuse. I'm like, you need to put, like, this is dangerous. This is so bad.
This abuse. Were you forcing me to take those and saying you're going to stay with me and help me? That's abuse. That's abuse what you just said to me. You need to fucking stay to your word because that's fucked up what you just. And you need to fucking stop doing this to me.
He needs to go back to bed. He needs to get to bed. Put that boy back in bed right now. You heard me? Put that boy back in bed right now. This is not good for you.
Yeah, you're damn fucking right it's not. You're damn fucking right it's not.
Right now.
You need to stop doing this to me. It's abuse what you're doing right now.
It's abuse. Well, I'm abuser. So I was indicted for this video for wiretapping. They claim that I did not tell her that I was recording her. And you know who the source of that was, according to John Fanning at the grand jury? 𝗺𝗏𝗄𝗎 is the person. So John Fanning testifies at the grand jury. That's a 15-minute video you just heard right there. You heard the last 3 minutes of it. And he testifies that he was given a 30-second video by Kate Peter that she claims was the original video. She claims that video was altered, that I added at the beginning, oh, I'm recording this, you know. She claims I didn't, that's not in the original recording. And that somehow she has acquired the original one. And, you know, that this is what it is, you know, but so anyway, why are they listening to 𝗺𝗏𝗄𝗎? Like, why is the state using it? Like, the state is working. She is working with Tully, Fanning, and Mello, and she is the sole provider of information to them to have me charged. And we got all of her communications yesterday with Mello and the DA's office. We have everything now. We know every email she sent to 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎, to all of them. We got it all. And we can't discuss the what's in them yet because it is impounded, but it will come out either way. And there's just no reason for this not to be the public to know about this. Like that I did not wiretap that video. I recorded it. I told her I was recording it. And guess what? Even if I fucking didn't, you should have the right to record people when they're fucking threatening to hurt children. Full stop. End of story. Like that, you have a fucking duty and a responsibility to record that shit right there. Like, fuck that. They played that in court on December 26th. Judge Paul McCollum, who is a fucking piece of shit, waste of space, corrupt motherfucker, right? Asshole who fucking lied to the SJC and said that she was pregnant. That fucking maggot piece of shit, bullshit fake judge Paul McCollum, right? And he revoked my bail after hearing that tape. He determined I was the bad person in that video. I'm the bad guy. I went to jail because of that video that you just heard there. Because she claims that I hit her. That I hit her before that video. She's begging me to stay in the house. I don't want to be there. I want to leave. So she manipulates me by taking the abortion pill. So I'll feel bad and I have to stay there. And then she threatens to harm her kids because she knows that's a soft spot for me. And fake cries with their fucking fake bullshit to get me to stay there. And I don't want to stay there. And so I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm the fucking bad guy because she then claims the next day, she tells Tully that in Crusty Panties that I hit her. And I lost 60 days of my life over that shit. My kids. I'm actually like a real parent, unlike fucking her. Some gutter muppet, white trash fucking whore. That's what she is. Fuck her. Right? And that fucking piece of shit, low-life maggot put me in jail on a fucking lie. And that's bullshit. And the Commonwealth has taken up her cause. Fuck them. Fuck them. As Andrew Breitbart once said, war. Like, I'll never forget what they did. None of it. That's it. Fucking none of it. And people say, oh, why'd you hook up with her? Whatever. We all make mistakes, dude. Sometimes you think with the wrong head. Okay? It is what it is. She didn't come with a fucking advertisement on her saying I'm going to end up pretending to be pregnant a couple months later and hold you hostage for the night. She didn't tell me she was going to do that. I didn't fucking know. Right? But we'll get to all that at another time. Anyway, so back to the hearing.
All right. But it is, Mr. Brennan makes a very good point. As we all know, I think that it's important that the discovery be turned over so that we can bring a timely trial to the case.
I don't disagree with Your Honor. My understanding that Mr. Brady has some complaints, and some of them may well be legitimate. There has been a substantial amount of discovery turned over in this case.
Yep. If you turn over 5,000 pages today, it's a lot of discovery.
We appreciate it, Your Honor.
Okay, great.
And Attorney Better has a number I
Mr. Better.
Thank you. Just going back briefly to some of the issues about impoundment.
Yep.
There are some items that are currently under impoundment, which we believe ought to be released from impoundment. Specifically, messages from Michael Proctor and a civilian witness. Those messages were cited in our motion to dismiss. As the court is no doubt aware, Michael Proctor is terminated from the state police. He has been a matter of public interest with his involvement in both the Kearney case, which led to Mr. Kearney's interest, and ultimately, on some level, his indictment in this case. But also, those messages were impounded ostensibly for privacy interests, security interests, those sorts of things. Recently, Michael Proctor has been on a press tour on ABC News and NBC News, vigorously defending his investigative conduct. The messages that are at issue here, which are impounded, the public is entitled to see that. There is certainly a presumption of public access to those files. Michael Proctor has surrendered any privacy interest he has by addressing those issues, as has the civilian, the other civilian that we're talking about, who also recently appeared on national news with other members of her family defending her and her family's conduct in this case. Those messages should be publicly available. If there's going to be information that's in the public realm, there's no reason why information that the prosecution wanted concealed from public view should be concealed any further. If the court likes, we can approach and show you the messages. I would suggest they are relatively straightforward, and there's no reason for those to be impounded at this time. Okay.
So he brings up the fact that Michael Proctor is going on a media tour, and Jennifer McCabe is going on a media tour, and there's just no reason for either of their messages to be impounded. Like they want to be heard, right? They want to talk. Like, why can't we see any of these messages? Why are they so protected? Michael Proctor is a disgraced former state police detective who brought great shame to the Massachusetts State Police. And we're supposed to, And he can't shut the fuck up. He's going on TV trying to make people feel bad for him, but we can't, his messages have to be withheld from the public. Give me a break.
Anything you want to say to that, Mr. President? Not going to give you another week.
Well, I would suggest it would make sense to take this up when we take up the notes.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I won't ask for another day.
That's, why don't I do this? Why don't you welcome up to sidebar? Let me take a look at it.
And then I got to go to sidebar.
You are me, Mr. Franklin.
So I got to go to my first sidebar. That was cool. Hey, there's Jack Kearney. There he is. Best witness ever. And Dennis Sweeney. Great people in the audience there.
Judge, one outstanding issue relates to the second of the 3 indictments that were.
So I can't, discuss what happened at sidebar. Obviously you heard from there that you wanted to see the messages, and then he can decide, afterwards, whether or not these need to be impounded. So we showed him a couple messages, and then he got to decide. He'll make his decision from there.
Relates to 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃. We moved and were granted a hearing to disqualify Mr. Mello to prosecute in that case because he is an essential witness in that matter.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about that. So let's go back to this tape from that night. So go right, listen to this part, right? Just listen to this right here. I go, who are you calling right now? The answer is Ken Mello. Fake. I go, who you calling right now? And listen to what I say.
Oh, who are you calling? What are you doing? What are you going to try to do? Are you going to try to frame me for something?
Frame me? Like, seriously?
Are you going to try to pull some bullshit like I hate you or something? Is that what you're trying to do right now? Who are you calling?
I go, are you going to try to frame me right now? Are you going to try to say I hit you or some other bullshit like that? Notice what she doesn't say there. You did hit me. Like, notice she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that. Because that's what you would say if I actually did hit her. She's like, you also probably wouldn't be begging me to stay if you were so scared of me and whatever. And literally crying because I just want to go home. That's it. I just want to fucking go home. It's 3:30 in the morning. It's Christmas Eve. I really want to get the fuck out of there. But no, you can't leave. You can't leave me. This is fucking so abusive. This is what actual abuse looks like. And a judge heard this and is like, no, you're going to jail. Fuck Paul McCollum, that piece of shit. But anyway, back to this.
Was decided in September of 2024. A hearing was ordered in January of 2025 for reasons which the court is familiar with. That hearing has been put off. Nevertheless, we're looking to move this forward, and the issue is not resolved, and we're led to believe that Mr. Mello will not voluntarily withdraw. For whatever reason, we need to do this hearing. We believe that he's going to be a defense witness in this case. We're getting discovery between him and another civilian witness today, which I think is going to further that application and very likely make him even more a prosecution witness, and we just can't kick this can down the road for close to a year. So we would like to schedule a date for Mr. Mello to either appear, be examined under oath, explain The consequences, which the court again is probably familiar with, was contacted by the complainant during the alleged crime repeatedly, 4 or 5 times over the course of that day. Instead of the police being called, he was an ear witness to these allegations.
So Mello heard that call. According to Cosgrove, Mello listened in to that call that you heard right there. She was on the phone with Mello. He answers the phone and listens into it. He is a witness. He was talking to her the entire night. At no point does he say, don't go in the apartment with him. He's dangerous, or you should call the police. No, Mello tries to save the day. So Mello has made himself a fact witness in the case. He is a witness to this alleged fake event that never happened.
Respectfully, he needs to come in here, answer these questions so the court can issue a decision as to whether he's going to be allowed to continue or whether we can go through the process.
And why is he still on this? Like, Mello has not been to one of our hearings in well over a year since he tried and failed to have my bail revoked on March 14th, 2024. He has just never been seen again. And he's claiming he's sick and dying and blah, blah, too fucking bad. Wheel his fucking ass in here. Then just resign from the case. Why does he want to be on this case so badly? Why? What is his attachment to this?
Him and any other items that might be of assistance to us with calling into witness. Mr. President.
Can I inquire if Mr. Mello is online?
Very Mello?
Can I approach?
Of course, come on up.
So he wants to
made a series of discovery demands from the prosecution ranging from October of 2024. As of this date, not including whatever was filed today, we have made 4 very thorough, detailed discovery demands sourced regarding contacts between a civilian named Catherine Peter and the state police and the district attorney's office regarding her very unique relationship in all matters involving Mr. Kearney. Those demands, which again are in the files, Mr. Cosgrove has them outlined in detail, her frequent contacts with the state police, with people that are prosecutors, statements that she has made under oath in court proceedings stating that she helps authorities get Mr. Kearney, voice recordings that she has left Mr. Kearney indicating that she provides information to them. So we have asked for any discovery related to Ms. Peter going on about a year. Now, today, for the first time, we are admittedly getting something that relates to her communications with Mr. Mello. I'll only note that all materials that relate to Ms. Peter and the prosecution were ordered by the court in early May to have been provided within 20 days. That didn't happen. We got stuff today. That's fine. But the real issue here is that in light of the change in Rule 14 from last March, the game is very different than it might have been before in terms of what the prosecution is obligated to do and what I don't believe they've done in this case, which is go to every member of the prosecution team, which is everyone in the district attorney's office, any of the state police who are involved in these matters, which includes Michael Proctor at the time, 𝗫𝗄𝗃𝗃, Lieutenant Tully, Fanning, there's a whole list of them. The Karen Reed prosecutors who are also covered, who got a little bit involved, as the court is aware, in Mr. Kearney's case, and may or may not have had a relationship with her too. She has made statements allegedly indicating some involvement in that case. The rule requires the prosecution, whether they credit the information or
Hold
not,
on. Did this freeze?
contact each individual that is on the prosecution team and make an inquiry and find out whether there is any material.
Did this freeze?
I think that has happened. We respectfully submit that is something that Mr. Cosgrove has to do. In particular, I would draw the court's attention to testimony that was given by a member of the state police in February 2024.
Did this freeze?
Which led to a wiretapping charge against Mr. Kearney.
Hold on. I don't know what's going on with my computer. But you can hear the... I don't know if I need to reset my computer or if I have too many applications open right now. I've had some FUPA computer issues. I'm going to cut out a couple things, close a couple programs that might be slowing my computer down. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that. CapCut the one that's... All right. I just closed some programs. Now get out of there. Close CapCut. Quit it. Okay. All right. I think we're good now. Hopefully it's better now. Sorry about that. The audio worked, but...
in which Fanning of the state police stated under oath that they received a recording, a 30-second recording from Catherine Peter, that it was given to Lieutenant Tully and then given to Fanning, and we have no evidence of that. We don't have a copy of the recording. We were given the wrong recording in that regard. We have no police reports. We have no communications. We have nothing. If they don't exist, they don't exist, but they're obligated to look for it, make the inquiry, and report back and say whether any of this exists or not. And the last thing I'll note on that point, under the new rule, it doesn't matter whether the prosecutor credits any of this, thinks it's nonsense, thinks it might be real, they're obligated to do it. And we simply ask respectfully that the court instruct the prosecution to do that and disclose whatever evidence ought to be disclosed, or make a statement on the record that there is nothing to disclose. And if that's the case, then we'll all live and die with the consequences of that statement. Okay.
No, it's largely been done.
Is that out of the 5,000 pages that you turned over?
It is. Among the things turned over is the email from Catherine Peter to Brian Tully providing that 30-second.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. So that's interesting. You said that you have something you want to turn over.
Yes, yes. So this will be an opportunity, Your Honor, for myself and Mr. 𝗃𝗏𝗏 to do an absolute 180 on our positions on disclosure of impounded documents. Your Honor will recall that the last time we were here, attached to a discovery motion was an affidavit, and at that time it was initially filed provisionally without hearing.
So this one is about the woman who filed an affidavit, woman who 𝗺cie for some reason just confessed all this shit to, about like getting paid with the sectional couch and a whole bunch of other shit. Now, keep in mind that none of that stuff is necessarily true. This is all just stuff that Kate Peter is telling people that she does. She's bragging about this. If she's lying, she's lying. We're not saying that this is necessarily 100% true. We're saying that this is what she's claiming to be true. So we are using that as a way to, we say we want her communications with the DA's office because this is what she's representing to people. And this anonymous person swore in an affidavit that Kate Peter told her all this stuff. Kate Peter doxed her like immediately after this came out. And then this guy doxed her in court. And now he's trying to dox her again officially on the record because her name has been impounded.
Commonwealth was impounded upon, I believe, not the affiant's representation, but I think Mr. Bradle's representation that the affiant was in fear that there would be some sort of retaliation by the Commonwealth. I think Your Honor will recall fairly outrageous, if I can put it that way, representations that were made by the affiant. I believe now, as I moved at the time, that affidavit should be restricted, or that the impoundment order should be lifted. I don't believe an affiant should be allowed to accuse insistent VA, jury tampering, and district attorney, and having secret meetings with witnesses, and all these other things, and then hide behind the impoundment. Okay. We get the other.
Yes, a couple things that I think ought to be corrected. The affiant is not alleging what happened. The affiant is alleging under oath that she was told by another individual we were discussing earlier what happened. That's the first point. The second point.
Exactly. The affiant is not claiming that all this stuff is true. She's saying that she was told all this stuff by Kate.
That document was attached as an exhibit to a discovery demand. Discovery demand number 4, alleging more reason to believe that there is an obligation for the prosecution to look into possible discovery that is in their possession, custody, or control. If that affidavit were to be stricken, that means literally nothing. They are still obligated to do whatever it is they had to do at the time that that motion was discovered until 20 minutes ago. Absolutely nothing has been turned over regarding this person who brags about working with the authority. So I don't know the relevance of doing anything one way or the other with respect to the affidavit. Now, that person may very well have a privacy interest because the day after that affidavit was filed, her apartment was essentially covered in personal information about herself that could have only come from someone with access to law enforcement. And almost certainly that individual was subjected to charges of witness tampering, which I believe were actually under investigation and may still very well be. I can't go farther than that. I don't know. Somebody, whoever did this, wrote snitch on her door. So I would suggest in this situation.
So this person had their door vandalized, maybe by 𝗺cie, who knows? But it was vandalized. And when you should have seen the judge's face when he said this. He was like, what the fuck? Like, hopefully he's realizing what's happening here. That like, no, these are some bad dudes. And this dude is up here, Cosgrove, being like, yeah, you know what's my big concern right now? Making sure the world knows the name of the affiant. She should be doxxed publicly. We should have her out there and named. How dare she, tell the world what 𝗺cie told her? She's the bad guy.
The comment of her name is more than appropriate.
Okay. I'll just make 2 points in response. One, I don't think it's entirely true that the affiant was simply relying on recounting hearsay. If she was, I would say something about the credibility of the affidavit as well. But I seem to recall, Your Honor, that at least one point, the affiant represented that she was present when Ms. Peter, I believe it was having a phone conversation with Hank Brennan, and she, the affiant, recognized Hank Brennan's voice because she was familiar with it. So I don't think it was simply a matter of hearsay. The second thing I'd say is that the identity of this person is all over the internet.
All over the
It was
internet.
all over the internet at the time. It was before you the other day.
It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet because you said her name in fucking court. And Krusty Panties put her name out there. I've never said her fucking name. That's why her name is out there. You did it.
I don't know what the interest is, given those circumstances, in concealing it in the court papers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Could I just have one thing? Yeah, go ahead. Apparently, these things that were affixed to her door in her apartment building, which is the same apartment building that Ms. Peters lives in. And I think the implication was made at the time. First of all, now that was publicized by Mr. Kearney.
So that's my fault. I publicized what happened to this woman's door, and I guess I did it. I think that's what he's clearly implying here.
The photographs of the door in question. And I guess I would just question, Your Honor, the source of those documents.
Okay. Very quickly, Your Honor. In terms of this individual's name being on the internet, there are two reasons. The first is because Ms. Peter identified her publicly and led to this kind of harassment. The other reason, and this was no question a mistake, but Mr. Cosgrove mentioned her name accidentally, and no question, no malintent. Her name was stated in open court, and you can see people watch e-court online and whatnot. So the fact that her name had been put out accidentally through no fault, with no malintent, is not a reason I think we just open up the affidavit to her name.
Okay, thank you all.
Notice he was so polite about Cosgrove. He's like, he didn't be like, motherfucker, this guy put it out there. He's like, I'm sure it was an accident. I'm sure he didn't mean to dox her in court like that.
So we have a date for, who's it, August 15th? August 15th. And then we'll pick a date for the other issue. Am I correct, Mr. Petro?
Yes,
Yeah,
we want now. We want to pick it up.
Why don't we pick it on the 13th? I think that makes sense.
All right, I may just, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
That's okay.
I may have some information about
That's
the health status at that
All
time.
right, we'll see you all on August 15th. Okay, thank you all.
One more, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I believe we have an agreement, Mr. Bray has responded relative to the source code for accessing the search of the devices. And he's indicated that it's the same source code previously provided to Kelly, and that he would.
Yeah, he wants the passwords to my old phones. He can have them. You know, they took all these phones from my house from like 2016 and whatever. It's like none of that. There's nothing in there from when I was even knew who fuck Karen Reed was. So have at it. Go ahead, search all those phones all you want. I don't give a shit. There's nothing in there that even fits the parameters of the search warrant. I will be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. And then hold on. What video can we watch in the meantime? I guess we could just watch this one.
Ayo, silly, got drunk at the hilly. I can't PD and I can't find my willy. I'm just here for a little attention. Yeah, I got severe hypertension. So why you trying to get to know a higgy better? Can't and whores, Bella's mom and Marietta. I don't know, I'll give it a go. ATF's big show, I ain't no hoe. I don't need a new man with a double D rack. Never mind, higgy, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? I'm not one of the girls trying to get locked down. Prince Higgy, baby, Jameson Crown. I get down with the hilly low comp ticket. 16 whiskeys is how I kick it. And you get excited for a midnight snack. I already told you, your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that, see? Your game is whack. You're the whacker to my weed. Your game is whack. I'm not trying to hear that. I like sleeping alone. This won't go all night. A little needy and strange. It's true love at first sight. I'm the real deal. I do what I gotta do. From the rip, my whole heart's for you. Your whole heart is not for me. Not a half, not a quarter, not a clog, not a read. You know what's the problem? You're trouble and you're hot. I'm big, thick neck daddy Higgy. He's not. I got a question, not to be rude. Are you queer? Cause you keep calling.
Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one.
Ooh, close one. Okay. So yeah. All right, cool. So that's how that ends. And Court TV, I actually wanted to do, Court TV did a thing on it today, which was really interesting. We'll save that for another show. And in the trial, we haven't covered that either. We'll save that for another show too. We ran out of time. I spent too much time talking about people sticking fingers up assholes and shit like that. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, let me read some turtle chats here, shall we? Because I'm a little behind on these. Okay. Wally the Beer Man sends $10 and goes, "You have great content and have done so much to help to get the truth out of public. I have a question. Do you think there was more than a kiss between Karen and Higgins? Thanks for everything. I am sure that there was nothing more than a kiss. I am quite positive of that Karen, that guy does not know how to finish the deal. I am, at least with women who look like Karen Reed, they don't. Okay, Therese sends $5 and says, my take is Noble, who is the state police new commander, needs to look noble. He is trying to get the feds off of them. Desk job's my ass. He's trying to make the feds go away. We ain't got no quit. Meatball Morrissey and Colonel Noble, you rocky, and you got the shot. I mean, or maybe he is just like, you know, I don't think they would be doing this if she was convicted. I think that their jobs depended on her being convicted, and it didn't happen. So there's that. Wally the Beer Man sends $15 and goes, "You are the best, Dr. Turtleboy. I have a question. On the Max documentary, Karen said John went to the front door of the Alberts to see if we were welcome. Doesn't that imply that they were both planning to go into the Alberts house? The story now seems to be that Karen was dropping John off. Am I missing something? I wouldn't focus too much on the words. That's the thing that the McAlberts like to do, is like, she said this and blah, blah, blah. That makes no sense. She had no intention of going into the party. I don't know if she was planning on picking him up later or what, but because how else was he going to get home? But she just wanted to go get something to eat, she said. She was hungry. Thanks. Jen sends $5 and goes, imagine all these cops losing their jobs, dignity, reputation, and the McAlberts and people like Krusty Panties living life. How do they feel? What a bunch of losers. Right. Yeah. I mean, I would feel that way if I was them too. $5 from Alicia says, I vote purple. Purple turtles are incredible creatures, crossing the oceans with their grace and changing lives as they share stories and their strength to become even more brave and beautiful. You're truly an inspiration to us all. We love you, Dr. Turtleboy. Well, thank you very much for the kind words, Alicia. Kimberly sends $25, goes, what was up with the fat fuck Colin McCabe acting like a tough guy in court? Yeah, we need to get to that. Believe me, we're going to do a breakdown. We got to do an episode on that coming up. We got to do an episode. But again, I'm going on all these programs this week. So we'll see. We'll figure out a time. Okay, next up, Mega Beth sends $10, goes, will they release the contents of your phone when you release their impounded messages? I don't give a fuck about the contents of my phone. I got nothing to hide in there. You know, you trust me. Some of you guys might like the contents of my phone, if you know what I mean. But others might not like it so much. I don't know. We'll see. Callie sends $5 and says, sending you love and support from literally 32,000 feet from the skies, courtesies of Southwest Orlando. Headed to Memphis. Headed to St. Jude for my son's scans. Well, good luck. God bless you. Love the green, but really liking the purple too. Well, you're in my thoughts, Kelly, and God bless you up in Southwest with your Wi-Fi. Next up, Kelly sends $5 and goes, Turtleboy, the truth seeker. Here's a tale of a hero. Turtleboy's the name. Dr. Crowd Daddy breaking through the game, fought for the truth, made the darkness bright, saved an innocent woman, brought wrongs to light. Turtleboy standing proud and loud, fighting for justice. He'll always stand out. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that poem, Kelly. Isabel sends $5 and goes, purple does it for you. I'm with the purple, but It's 54.46 for green. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, Duck Duckington sends $5. Goes, what the fuck, man? Nobody has fed me tonight. Well, I think you spoke too soon.
Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Would be nice. No, it was called feeding the ducks. Well, it is. That's what we're doing right now. We're feeding ducks. Come here, duckies. Eat it. Eat it. Chew it. Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Would be nice. Ooh, close one. Feeding the ducks. You like that, ducky?
So now the ducks have been fed. Okay, OG Danielle sends $25. Goes, it's been a minute since you said Judd. Give me a couple good Judds. I don't know what that Judd. Thank you, OG Danielle. Closet Man Baby DeBaby sends $10 and goes, Miles King was charged with murder in Milton a few years ago. Proctor was the lead investigator. The defense has asked for Proctor's phone records. This past month or so, he was granted a bail in a murder case. Wow. Is that true? Miles King, Milton, Mass. Yeah. That's right. He was. Has he been convicted? Yeah, let's Google him. Interesting stuff. Oh, I wrote about it. Oh, fuck. I wrote about this case. I come up when I Google Miles King. Can't cover up part 58. Michael Proctor used video surveillance, cell phones, eyewitnesses in Milton murder investigation. He failed to do so with Karen Reed. Oh. Interesting. So this guy's out now because of Proctor. That's fucking crazy. That's wild. So thank you for that one. Next up, let's see. Laura sends $10. Goes, Mike announced that he's having a special guest tomorrow and at his chat trying to guess. Don't tell him you announced it. It'll be hilarious. Oops. New motto. Just free speech with a turtle swoosh. All right, cool. Thanks, Laura. Pump Dream sends $10. Goes, choke me harder, daddy. I've still got some gas in here. Okay. Robert sends $10. Goes, you look like you about to tell us to hide your wife, hide your kids. Oh, like that guy? No, I'm Prison Turtle. This is Prison Turtle. You know, the Dementors, they're in my head. Good luck sleeping with that. Beck Edwards sends $5. Goes, SB was passed around, trafficked. Sandra Birchmore videos and pics. Fanning cleared it all. Fanning Crawford and Kevin Albert collected the CCTV of Farwell. Like the Catholic Church, there's other victims. Talk to Mizzy. I believe it. Razor's Edge sends $5. Goes, choose purple, please. You look great in it. Green represents so many other entities in Massachusetts. Purple would be more for you. That's why I'm leaning purple, because no one else does purple. You know what I mean? That'd be a cool one. Cheryl sends $10. Goes, was there any text messages about sympathy for John? No, none. I've never seen one. John sends $10. Goes, Turtle, this isn't sex cult. That's Thursday. I know. It's just came up in a. I blame Will. It's his fault. Matt McCabe's tits sends $5. Goes, I just wanted to point out that Matt has bigger titties than his wife. No lies detected. Therese sends $5. Goes, I've never seen Krusty. If you Google who is Krusty Panties, it comes up that she stole from you and her name came from leaving a pair of crusted panties at a friend's house. Imagine being that legend. I know. Imagine that's like, she doesn't care. She's that ratchet. She just doesn't care at all. Leah sends $20. Goes, remember what Allie and Bob said. Get an entertainment attorney for your benefit. Wishing you the best of luck and all the success you deserve. Well, thank you, Leah. Jennifer sends $10. Goes, listen, Turtle, in ancient Rome, the grapes to make purple dye were so rare, they were reserved for royalty. Now award-winning journalists can wear it also. True. Stephanie sends $25 and says, vote for purple. I'm saying. Chastity sends $10, goes, for being a badass, sending love and support from Tennessee. Well, thank you, Chastity. Jessica sends $10 and goes, look at this. I don't know how to reach you otherwise. Sorry for going through, but I don't know who can shed a light on this, and then sends me a long thing. I don't really do this. Yeah, I don't know. Something about the Austin, Texas fire chief. You sent me a 31-minute video, Jessica. I appreciate the $10, but I will not be watching a 31-minute video on the fire chief of Austin. Thank you. Whitney sends $5 and says, hey, Crowd Daddy, this is a shot in the dark because I know you have a shop, but I have a laser engraver and do tumblers. Would love to collab sometimes to help the cause. Sorry, just got out of grad school for criminal justice. It's my side hustle. Email if interested. Okay, thank you, Whitney. Kim in Chattanooga sends $25 and says, if your charges were dropped, will you still be able to tell us about all the texts and evidence? I would hope so. Julie sends $5 and says, Purple Turtle is winning at life right now. I appreciate that very much, Julie. Jennifer sends $50 and goes, thank you, Aidan, for defending our First Amendment rights. I never imagined a world where that might be in jeopardy, but here we are. Scary. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I agree. And, it's fucking crazy. It could happen to me. It could happen to any of you. Don sends $34 and says, listen, Crowd Daddy, here's $34 in honor of another Boston fighter, Bruins number 34, Lyndon Byers, known as LB, who, as I recall, was a big fan. Yeah, when he was on the Greg Hill show, they had me on. Yeah, LB said nothing but good things about me, and so RIP to LB, they're a legend in the radio biz, in the hockey biz around here. Orla sends $10 and goes, what was going through your mind when Cosgrove said, I've just been handed a few minutes ago? I'm just like, oh, gee, yeah, you saw me. I'm like, oh, this again? Yeah, he needs more time. Sure he does. Nichols sends $5, goes, do you think AJ was throwing any shade on `𝗍𝗫cy and Yannetti when he said he was trying to respect Karen's wish of the legal defense not to going on a media tour? I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I don't think so. So, but, if he was, he was. I don't really care. Thanks. Therese, again, sends $5, goes, I've never heard this is why you went to the shack, but I have so many questions. She's a piece of shit mother to start. Secondly, you should get a purple fucking heart instead of going to the shack. I think you mean jail. Last question. If which you didn't, why didn't she call 911? Yeah, because I didn't hit her. That's why. Thanks. And Tully is ultimately the one who called the police on me the next day to report the fake assault. The Turtle sends $10, goes, good evening, Unk. Old Bob Marley and his reggae band, 2 hits and the joint turned brown. Free Turtleboy. Thank you. Emily sends $5, goes, would you have the fake abortion in your real driveway scene in your movie? I don't think that's going to make the cut, Emily. So thank you. Okay, let me refresh that. Make sure we're not missing anyone. April sends $5 and goes, bitches like her are dangerous because they lie and manipulate and are fake victims and are liars and get men put in jail who really didn't do nothing. And really, you're the victim. The bitch is nuts and it's bad to take Plan B if you're not pregnant. I don't think it was Plan B. I think it was, is Plan B the same as the abortion pill? I don't fucking know. This is a whole new world to me. I don't know. I've never been around an abortion pill. I don't know anything about the abortion pill. I don't know what any of that means. But apparently to her, it was just like routine. She just has them lying around. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. April. $25 from Carly Nee. And I will definitely not be reading this whole thing because it is gigantic. I'll start. Driving last week on 495 when my 6-year-old suddenly screamed, Mommy, it's Turtleboy. I mean, a huge turtle. For a second, I literally thought we had hit you. I had no idea, but his sudden reaction shocked me as much as the sight of a massive turtle the size of Carl Dougal just chilling on the side of 495. Okay. Long. So thank you very much for the, again, if you're going to send a turtle chat, it cannot be that fucking long. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to read the first few sentences. Thanks. Kelly sends $5 and says, I want you to say my name again, Dr. Daddy, or was that Crowd Daddy? On a serious note, I love the transformation of Turtleboy. So mature, but still true and direct. I love that, Daddy. Well, thank you, Kelly. All right, said your name again. Cool, thanks. But purple is not gay. It's not gay at all. Not gay at all. But anyway. Okay. All right, let me see if we have any cash apps too. All right. Colleen sends $14 and goes, God bless you and thank you for your courage. Appreciate that, Colleen. Jade sends $5 and says, you make purple look sharp. Thank you, Jade. Megan sends $10 and says, damn, doctor, look at those delts. What's a delt? I don't even know. Is that a, I don't even know. Is that a shoulder? I don't even know what the delts are, but thank you. Appreciate that. Georgia sends $100. Thank you, Georgia. And says, protect the First Amendment. Thank you, doctor. Appreciate that, Georgia. And yeah. Misty sends $25 and says, free Turtleboy. Thank you. Fat McAlp. So it's a back tricep. That the bottom one. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Been trying to go to the gym, you know, but trying not to get fat. That's my goal. Fat McAlbert sends $10 and goes, West Boylston criminal out on bail for attempted murder. Okay. Vanessa sends $5 and says, I'm really feeling the purple. Free Crowd Daddy. I'm feeling it too. I don't know. I'm just feeling it. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't get a chance to get to the trial that I went through or the Court TV analysis of my hearing yesterday. So we'll save that for another time. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. And we will see you guys all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live, I guess next weekend. That's going to be a while, huh? I miss not doing these every day, but I'm doing my tour, you know, hitting up all the major channels, doing my thing, whoring myself out. So I'll be whoring myself out some more this week, and we'll see you guys soon. All right? Peace to you, bum crease.
It calls for data including calendars, alerts, reminders, notes, text messages, pictures, or videos from April 1st, 2023 through and including October 5th, 2023. 7 months.
It's